sense the spotlight in the new. We bring that FS fire straight from the crew to living life behind the wheel with a digital twist. Ain't no button we don't press, no trend we ever miss. Updates, leaks, and future plans. We got the inside scoop, no chance for scams. This is Agribusness, cranking up your farm life from the field to the feedlot under LEDs and skylights. Mods, maps, machines, they cover it all. Gorgeous kings of the farming game, standing tall. It's more than a game, it's a way of thinking. Talking shop while that diesel's drinking. From tractors to combines, dirt roads to drones, they build empires from screens and microphones. With every guest that drops in for a chat, you get the real talk, no filters, just facts. A spotlight on the builders and players who grind. They got love for the fans and the farm in mind. This is Agribusness, cranking up your farm life from the field to the feedlot under LEDs and skylights. Mods, maps, machines, they cover it all. Vortex kings of the farming game, standing tall. So plug in the pod and hit that sub. Roll out and style with your farming club. No fluff, just dirt, diesel, and truth. Straight from the FS underground on coast. Grain business, rocking every ride with BDD, LT side by side. Whether you plow, seed, harvest, or buy, this is the voice of the farm
The news. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day so far. I know I sure am. I am joined here tonight by Will T Gaming. Will, how are you doing tonight?
Yo, what's going on?
You having a good day so far there, good sir?
Yeah, it's been a bit, I wouldn't say great, but it's been a decent day.
Gotcha. Let's see. So I completely forgot to do something before we started this stream, so I'm going to set that up just real quick. But you wanted to discuss something really fast.
Yes. Before we start and move on, I would like to take a quick moment of silence for in the memory of Hulk Hogan. All right, we're back.
Tell you what, man, that it's been a rough week. You know, we lost Hulk, we lost Ozzy. You were mentioning the original Doctor Who.
Doom.
Or Doctor Doom. Wow. Doctor Who.
Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom. Wow. Anywho, yeah, it's been a rough one.
Yeah.
But oh my goodness, I see Jonah out in the chat there. Jonah, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Says there better not be a 1.3. I mean, anything's possible nowadays there, Jonah. Anything's possible. Brady, how's it going, Brady? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says hello everyone. Hello, Brady. Let's see. So we have got a lot of stuff to cover. Are you ready for all this?
Oh, yeah, are you?
Oh man, I was born ready. At least that's what my mom tells me. All right, let's go ahead and rock and roll. We got a bunch of stuff to cover here tonight, like I mentioned. So starting out with this here, we got the Actisol Demeter D359 Plus. This is a soil subsoiler by Agri Poly Concept. It is 8.63 or 62 megabytes to install. It is going to run you a whopping $25,000 and require 180 horsepower. So taking a look at our kind of closest comparables here, we do have, let's see, subsoilers are, where are they? There they are. This being what, 3.5 meters wide. So we're gonna be looking at the AgriSim Combi Plow Gold. So taking a look at that one right there. Let's see, just make sure something. Yep, there we go. So you can see the starting price on this is $10,000, and it does have a range of 3 to 4 meters. And you can see if we do bump it up to the 4 meters, it's just going to cost you an extra $2,000. So taking a look at that mod there, again, $25,000 to start out with, and that's at 3.5 meters. So right away at 4 meters with the extension and 12 grand, right there, you already got something that's bigger. It is nearly half the price. This is going to be a hard pass for me. What do you think there, Will?
Well, let's see here. It's 3.5 meters. It's gonna be a hard pass. I'm sorry. There's no disrespect to the modder at all. Like, it looks fantastic, but just not for me. And also, it's not green.
Yeah, this is very true. It is not green. It is a kind of blue and yellow. Kind of reminds me of the University of Michigan. Kind of, sort of, but not quite. Anyways.
You know, if it was white instead of yellow, it'd be like New Holland color.
That is true. That is very true. Moving on to the North March Reloaded. This is a European map made by LS Schleswig Holstein. It is 485.32 megabytes to install. This is a pretty decent map in my opinion, but it does require a lot of mods. It requires 20 mods for this one. So if I remember correctly, I think I gave this around a 4 on my map tour, and it is nice. There are a lot of things about this that I did like, but it's one of those getting over that kind of hurdle of the 20 mods. I know that it sticks in a lot of people's craw. A lot of people don't like that. I'm going to presume that Will is going to be one of them. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Like, the second that I saw this had 20 required mods, I'm like, skip.
I would say give it a try. Even though it's got 20 mods, it's a very highly detailed map. It's got a lot of things going for it. It's got a nice complex road network and just the details on it. And actually, if you look at the, the fifth screenshot, and you look all the way in the very back, you'll see over in the back left-hand corner, that is a huge cargo tanker that just kind of lulls into the sea. So it's little things like that. You've got airplanes, like actual like jets, fighter jets that are just screaming over top of you throughout this map. It does have a lot of those details. Now, is it going to be enough to overcome those 20 required mods? When you're kind of putting everything all in, you're probably up in around the 900 megabyte territory when everything's all said and done. Personally, I think it's worth it. It's one of those that to each their own. What do you think there, Will?
Oh, that just hurt my heart.
I know.
You be willing to install 20 mods for that? I wouldn't. Like, no, this has no harshness or anything like that coming to the modder. They did a great job. It looks fantastic, which I haven't seen your map tour on it yet, unfortunately. But I don't know. It's just, it doesn't really seem like my cup of tea, but on the other hand, it does look really good. But on the other hand, 20 required mods. Like the second I got over 5, my hand started shaking. And the second I hit 10, my voice started cracking. And then when I hit 20, I'm like, forget this.
So I used to think the same exact way as well. I used to be like, oh, it's got 20 required mods. Skip. I used to do that all the time. And then I got to thinking about it. It's one of those where at the end of the day, whether it's a mod that's required for this map or it's a mod that's included in the original file size, whatever the case may be, you still have to dedicate that amount of size to this map. And again, it's going to be in the 7 to 900 range with all these mods included. That's me kind of spitballing and guessing. I didn't do any of the math or anything like that. But at the end of the day, you got to put the size somewhere. And this map maker went out and made a highly detailed map, and in my opinion, they did a good job. And it's very rare that I will say that about a map as flat as this one. This map is generally, not always, but generally pretty flat. But because of the road network, because of the undulations that do exist on the map, it's one of those that I do give this one a pass when it comes to the required mods, because like I said, I don't think about it the way I used to anymore about, oh wow, there's a whole bunch of mods I gotta do in addition. I think, oh well, take a look at Alma, Missouri. Perfect example. If Alma, Missouri split out all the mods into like 20 additional mods, would that deter you from downloading Alma?
Yes.
Really?
It would. And I hate saying that, but yes. Now, if it's one mod, okay, whatever, I'm not going to break a sweat over it. If it's two mods, I'm not going to break a sweat over it. If it's three mods, I got to think on it. If it's four mods, you're starting to get to that point. Five mods, forget about it. I'm sorry. Just the way that I see it, if you have to build a map to have required mods, I don't know, man.
Okay, I mean, you know what? The way I see it is at least you're consistent. So it's, hey, difference of opinion, but I respect it.
Well, like prime example, like Alma, Missouri. I'm gonna use that for prime example. Like his corn dryer, right? Like his corn dryer he brought out as a mod. Like his sheep barn, his shed, I could continue on the list. They're all mods on the mod hub. Are they required? No, they're built into the map. They're not required at all. Like, why can't someone just do that?
Well, I think it also is because they're his mods, right? Like, it's not that he's pulling from other resources.
Well, I mean, like, prime example, like Icus. When I reached out to Icus to see if he could help me, well, he first stated, well, you can use some of my mods if you want to. He even told me he would integrate them into the map for me, so they wouldn't be a separate installation of a separate mod. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's just my personal opinion, but it'd be a pass for me for that.
Hey, like I said, I completely understand, and we can agree to disagree, but I respect it nonetheless. Next one we have here is the John Deere CS770 by Agrotonio. This is a cotton harvester, 22.35 megabytes to install. This has a massive price tag of $863,000, and it has a working area of 6.8 or 10.5 meters. This is, oh, I love this. Absolutely love it. It's very, very rare that I will go out and be like, okay, I want to get into cotton harvesting, because it's such a massive undertaking, an absolutely huge price tag when everything's all said and done. You look here at the base game here. We have the CP690 for $847,000. It's expensive. Even the cheapest one is $500,000. Like, it's ridiculous, the price for cotton, but it is a high profit crop, which is nice. But taking a look at the mod here, you have a working width of 6.8 or 10.5 meters. The working width for the base game is 6 meters. So at bare minimum, you're already getting a additional 0.8 meters and a starting price of only 20, what is that? Less than 20, about 15 grand. 15 grand more expensive, and you get the extra 0.8 meters. but then you can go up to that 10.5 meters, and that makes a huge difference when everything's all said and done. So at the end of the day, for 22.35 megabytes and having the ability to go up to 10.5 meters and working with, making it having to take less time to do the same job, sign me up. I'm totally on board with this. What do you think, Will?
Well, I mean, it's got John Deere right in the name. No, I absolutely love this mod. I installed this instantly as soon as I saw it. I actually, when I did Cotton and FS22, this is what I used. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like using the base game one, yeah, which I did look it up. This is a real model. Like the 10 point whatever it is, that it is a real model. It's not even a fake model.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is absolutely fantastic. And the second I'm like, oh, it's real? Sign me up. Like, I get all excited. There's one thing I want to point out.
Let's hear it.
It's Agritono, not Agritono.
Oh, did I mispronounce it?
Yeah,
Agritono.
Yeah,
I did, didn't I?
You said Agritono. I'm like, huh?
I'm talking faster than my eyes can keep up.
That's all right, man. It happens.
Oh yeah, gotta love it.
Love it, though.
Agritono. Anyways,
Love it though.
yes, I like this one. I'm right there with you there, bud.
It's John Deere. Yeah.
It's John Deere. On to the next one, we have the Elmer Super 7. This is by BC Bueller. This is a cultivator, 11.75 megabytes to download, and we have the 50-footer, the 70-footer, and the 90-footer, aka 15.3 meter, 21.3 meter, and 27.3 meter. A price range of $46,500 all the way up to $86,500. And this has a nice little trick up its sleeve. Really nice. This is not just a cultivator. This is a cultivator, a mulcher, and a weeder. As you can see right here, it says this mod adds more realistic functions to the base game Harrow, enabling it to cultivate, mulch, or weed your fields. And as you can see in the screenshots down here, this one here is showing the weeding portion of things. You've got this first one where it is the cultivating. You can see this kind of bottom left section here, mulching, which is beyond that, and then switching it to the weeding. So all those things can be done. It looks like it can be done on the fly, which is really, really nice if you ask me. So if we take a look at our comparables, I mean, really, this is going to be a really hard one to do any sort of comparing to, but we're going to take a look at a just cultivator, just straight up, so we can kind of at least attempt to have something. Starting with the smallest one, we have the 15.3 meters, and about the closest thing we got to that is the Vaderstat NZ Extreme 1425. So as you can see, $128,000 to purchase this and a 14.3 meter working with, as opposed to $46,500 and a 15.3. So you get a cheaper price by almost, what is that, about 60 grand, give or take?
Give or take.
Yeah, probably about 70 grand actually. And you get an extra meter in working with. So way cheaper, way bigger, about a meter bigger, and you get 3 separate implements in one tool. Fantastic. BC Bueller knocked this one out of the park in my opinion. What do you think there, Will?
Well, man, I do like it. Don't get me wrong; it's absolutely fantastic, and I think it's a great feature to have. I really do. There's one word of caution that I want to give everyone: to have the weeder or to have the cultivator is very simple. You can either have it all the way to the back or all the way to the front. If you want to mulch, make sure that you have it. You have to have it at a very precise angle the whole times. If you don't, you're gonna have either or. So you won't have mulching. So you just gotta be very aware of that. It's very touchy. I'll put it that way. I used it for a little bit and I'm like, I like it, but bye. Because like I just because it's like trying to get it at the right spot is almost impossible. Like I mean, you can if you really wanted to, but I mean I reached out to BC Bueller and I'm like, listen, you did a great job on this, but wouldn't it have been simpler just to like put working modes? And
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's something that he's going to add in the future.
and actually have it so let's just say you have a cultivator like they're all the way back, you press working mode again, and then all the time it's just go yeet, like right to the spot. You push again, yeet, it goes right to the spot. Because with trying to have like if you're on the fly and you're trying to like take your joystick and go with it, trying to figure out where to go, like your field's gonna look wonky.
Yeah. Yep.
So, like that right there is like right in the gray area for me. So
It's one of those where I appreciate where he's coming from with this one in regards to it being like a bit more realism that he's trying to inject because based on the angle at which you're angling the tines is going to change what kind of effect you're having on your fields. I mean that makes sense. So it's one of those where I appreciate how that's set up, but I can also completely understand what you're saying too about having the working modes. It's very similar to like how Gaming Joy did the Bednar Batwing. Very similar to that, where it's got the working modes where you can have it be a mower, and then it can change into a mulcher, and then it can change into a
right.
swather, and then it can change into like a brush hog, and then it can just be a complete destroyer of worlds.
Right.
So yeah, I get it. I completely understand where you're coming from with that argument. So yeah, I can see that.
I do have one other thing to say about that. I do appreciate him just having like the three separate sizes. I mean, yes, he probably could have put it in there, basically customize it, kind of like it was in FS22, where you just select the working width of it. But like that doesn't bother me with having the three different sizes. But I appreciate him having it so it's not like you have like 8 or like 10 different models of the exact same thing. I gotta put this. God, I love custom modding, and I hate doing this, but I'm going to have to. It's like with their John Deere combine. It's like you got 5 separate models. I just it's like I just appreciate him just taking the one model, having the 3 different sizes, and just be able to do everything within that one model that you pick. That I do give him credit for. That was awesome.
Yeah, for sure. And what's nice about this too is it's even though you're getting the 3 separate models for this, the 50, 70, and 90 footer, you're only doing that with 12 megabytes.
Right.
So it doesn't take a lot of space on your system at all. And you get the multifunctions of this. So all things considered, this is a really nice mod. Really like this one. I think BC Bueller did a fantastic job. And it's one of those that, yeah, it may have its little tweaks that needs to happen, but it's still a great mod and definitely one worth checking out.
Real quick before we move on,
Okay.
we're in trouble. We are in big trouble.
Uh-oh, what'd you do?
Just a side note, real quick. The only thing that pops up my TikTok now is Christmas related things.
Oh, no.
I personally,
Is it that time of year already?
I personally love it. Breeze, like, she likes it, but after me playing like the 15th thing on there of Christmas, she goes, "Okay, that's enough Christmas music."
There's only so many times you can listen to It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year.
Not me. I could listen to it all year round.
I gotcha.
It annoys everybody.
All right, so the next one we have is the Massey Ferguson SD2. This is a plow made by AW Modding ABP team featuring BSM. This is 0.97 megabytes to download. It is $4,500 and 2 meter working with a power requirement of 88 horsepower. So if we take a look at our comparables, again, we're looking at our plows. We have a working width of 2 meters. So closest one we got is the Agribusness POV 5XL. As you can see, 2.5 meter working width, 160 horsepower requirement, and $16,000 to purchase. So right away, we can see $4,500. That one is a huge savings. You're talking about a 12 grand savings, a little bit more than that. No, a little bit less than that. 2 meter working with, so it's going to be a little bit smaller than the Agribusness by 0.5 meters. And then power requirement 88 horsepower as opposed to 160 horsepower. So right off the bat, you get a little bit smaller, but the nice thing about this is that it's straight back. It's not a chisel, so you don't have you know me, curse you chiselbacks.
He loves him.
Oh, I'm like that boy in school, who has a crush on the girl, but he doesn't know how to properly, express himself. No,
Right.
that's not me at all. I can't stand these things. Anyways, but for 0.97 megabytes, if you're looking for just an itty bitty plow to get either a small field, this would also work in your like vineyards and stuff like that too. So this would be kind of a good small plow for you to work with. And for $4,500, it's cheap as can be. It's one of those that this would be a good one to have installed kind of in the background for less than a megabyte. And if you need it, you need it. If you don't, it's not going to be too intrusive. So for me, I say this is going to be a good one.
No, I have to agree with that. And for anyone wondering for what BSM stands for, it means Black Sheep Modding.
Black Sheep Modding.
And well, no, I mean, if you're definitely doing vineyard work, this is definitely something good to use. Most definitely. I do know that this actually was part of the old gen Massey Pack that came out in 17. So,
Ooh, nice.
and it also came to 19. It was supposed to come to 22, the whole pack, and didn't. So he just started bringing them out individually, and now he's just starting to bring them back individually for 25. So,
Very cool. All right, the next one we have, if I can click on it, is the Lizard MQP30. This is a excavator tool made by Angelo Smet, 20.94 megabytes to install, and we've got a few things in here, such as the unprecedented power that makes no task too heavy. I don't know why. I think it's a jaw. $29,000 to buy that excavator tool. We also have the wood jaw for $1,900. And we have a demolition jaw for $2,600 and a pulverizing jaw for $3,700. At the end of the day, it looks like this does more than just forestry kit. Like, it looks like it's got like the scissors that you can see here, where it should actually cut the trees at a desired interval. You can see how they're kind of utilizing it on this picture here. But there's also other styles that looks like it might be more like for your stone breaking and stuff like that. I mean, all in all, that's kind of cool. And you can see it says pulverizing jaw are designed to crush large and small rocks and concrete into very small stones, making it ideal for removing large rocks. So yeah, that sounds like it's basically the new jackhammer for the excavator tool. Your Volvo, basically. So 21 megabytes to install. For me personally, this isn't going to be necessarily something that's going to be worth it for me, but it's one of those where anybody who likes to use the excavators or anything along these lines, this would be a good little addition for you. For me, this is going to be a pass, though. Will, what do you think?
definitely a pass. I'll tell you that right now. And the MQP30, which you were reading that first one that says power that makes no tasks too heavy. That is actually the piece you attach first to attach the attachments.
So wait.
So
So there's an attacher for the attachments?
yeah, so if you look at like the very first screenshot, like we're gonna use the one on the left hand side for example. So you see like the claw piece in the front, the chomper,
Yep.
and then right behind that you see like the red and white. It looks like a cylinder, like a spinny thing, round. That's the attachment because
Oh.
because it actually clamp like because you can see down here, like down the bottom of like how big it actually is compared to that. So basically, so you have like the whole clamp piece, then like the red part that looks like it like clamps on, like this whole area is that piece that attaches onto that. Because what happens is that it enables you to be able to spin it around, be able to move it in different directions.
Okay. Okay.
It's more a pain than anything. So yeah, it's a pass for me.
Huh? All right. Next one we have is the Polish RDP board pack. This is miscellaneous placeables by Rollseb and is 0.76 megabytes to install. We got a whole bunch of different little signage here. It looks like kind of EU signing here. I can't read exactly what it says, but most likely my guess is like, hey, don't do this. Just a joke. Just a joke. But this one here for me is going to be a pass. I mean, it's not something.
I'm forgetting something.
What's that?
I'm forgetting something.
You're forgetting something?
By the way, real quick, pass for me. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yep, this is a pass for me as well. It's one of those where, yeah, it's only, less than a megabyte to install, but I don't play on EU maps enough and know enough about the signage or the rules or regulations of why this exists. I mean, it says, Polish Rural Development Program boards with 6 different sizes, which are commonly seen on Polish cowsheds. So I'm not sure what the point and purpose of this. This is obviously very something specific to Poland and the way that they do their stuff. Again, it's going to be a pass. And then we had an update here to agroforests. So going down, this is for changelog 1.1.0.0, and this one did a whole bunch of stuff, absolutely tons and tons of stuff. So under fixes, we had lot 46 purchasable with the building that didn't open the door. What they're referring to here is on the sawmill portion of the map, there was a building that could originally on Silver Run Forest was your purchasable for your palleted goods, like your planks and your wood beams and stuff like that. You couldn't open the doors on the original run because you couldn't purchase it. Now that you can purchase it, you can open the doors and you're able to utilize that space. Let's see, lot 45 purchasable by purchasing the old sawmill. So now if you purchase the production point of the old sawmill, you're able to then go ahead and get lot 45. Farm and village houses for sale along with decor. Custom image of the wood lathe does not exist. Requires a new save. This one, I have no idea what this one was. I was doing my map update video and couldn't understand it to save my life. Missions transporting longs on land 1. Possibility of selling the vineyards and olive trees. Various graphical details and decorations. Mod. Change the appearance of the wool and egg pallets. They are now next to the fences for those who want to replace the garage. The rubble crusher now accepts quarry material. Requires new quarry. When you purchase and restore the cargo ship, it will now appear in the water next to the sand station. It can also be sold. So this one was actually kind of a good one here because you could purchase other cargo ships beforehand, but I don't think it actually spawned in the water. If I remember this right, and Will, keep me honest if you know, I think it actually spawned in the shop.
What, the ship?
the cargo ship. If you were to buy the cargo ship, because it was available in the first iteration of this map to be
Yeah.
able to purchase separately.
No, yeah, I believe it appeared right in the water, right where it was before.
Are you sure about that? Because this one specifically says that it modified that.
I mean, I personally didn't buy. I mean, I haven't even. I took a look at the map. I didn't really play on it, but I'm pretty positive that it spawned there. I mean, if it spawned in like at the shop, that's kind of weird. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't quote me on that. I thought I remember seeing it, but it's been so long since I messed around on that map, but I could just be completely misremembering it. So it's one of those. I think it was a change, but I could be wrong. Now it also says caution: do not accumulate too many vehicles in the shop. Maximum of 5. So yeah, you only got so much room on that at that shop. And then lastly, it says added vehicle shed required a new save. You got cement tiles, cement blocks, sand, cement bags required for building the roller coaster, that's really nice. I like that they added that portion in there. It makes total sense that all those would be required for a roller coaster. And then it says giant sequoia saplings and purchase from the store. So now you can purchase the sequoias as saplings and be able to plant them using the planter. And then it says new game is not required, but it is recommended, aka a new save is recommended, or a new save is required. It is required. I'm sorry, map makers out there. This is one that I will fight about. This is one I will fight about. I love you all dearly. You all do fantastic work. I wish that you would just say that it's required. Please. Please.
right.
Anyways, Will, what do you think?
Oh, great up to me. It was a great map to begin with, and now with it getting this update, it just made it better. You know, so
Yeah, it's one of those where Silver Run Forest was a great map, in my opinion. I thoroughly enjoyed Silver Run Forest. This took all the kind of negative aspects, quote unquote negative aspects of Silver Run Forest, especially for those who are not big into logging, and made it more approachable for everybody out there. And it even enticed some other people out there as well who are like into productions, because this is very production heavy, which Silver Run was already production heavy. But this has a mine up in the northeast corner or northwest corner of the map. It's got various different places where you can just kind of go around and utilize the production system, whatever they may be. It's a fantastic map, and I think they did a fantastic job with it. And yeah, like you said, this just adds a little bit more flavor to it.
yes, and he's also working on his own version of River in the Spring.
Really?
Yeah. So
Ooh, okay, okay.
I figured out what I was missing.
What were you missing?
So the very first mod that we went over, which was the Actisol Demeter, that's 5 slots. The John Deere Cotton Harvester is 18 slots. The Elmer Super 7 is 10 slots all the way around, so 10, 10, 10. The Massey Ferguson Plow is 2 slots. And then for the Lizard MQP 30, that is 3 slots for the main piece. And then you have 2, 2, 2. And then for the billboards, because there's a bunch of them, they're all 1 slots. so I forgot I wrote down all the slot
Nice.
counts.
So that was everything for the 25th. What was your favorite one for the 25th there, Will?
Cotton Harvester.
Oh, yeah. I'll second that one. Absolutely.
Uh,
It's one of those, it's a tight race between the Cotton Harvester and the Elmer Super 7, just because I like the functionality that the Super 7 has. But being able to do Cotton that much faster is definitely a bonus for me.
right. I definitely got that. I definitely hear you there. Do you have any chat you want to catch up with real quick?
I absolutely do. Let's see. We've got, let's see. Left off with Ken. How's it going, Ken? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says, what up, people? What up, Ken? It says there's something wrong with those tools. Oh, really? Are you talking about the excavator tools there, Ken?
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about.
Gotcha. Jonah says, "What up, BDD and Will T? What up, Jonah?" We got
What up?
Jonah also said, "Ken." We got Ken also saying they don't crush or cut. So Mr. CLP found out on his mod review. Oh, okay.
No, they do.
Well, hopefully, what's that?
No, they do. Check out Andy Farms. He did it.
Oh, he was able to figure something out.
Yeah.
Ah, cool, cool. Well, there we go. We got conflicting stories from different creators there. So hopefully, somebody's right. Let's see. Ken says, nope. Oh, there it is. Yes. What up, Jonah? We got Samuel Wilkinson. Samuel, how's it going there, bud? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. It says, hey, y'all, and like, subscribe, and 3K subscribers. Yes. Yes, Samuel. Thank you very much. We have officially crossed the 3,000 mark. Thank you all so very, very much. From the bottom of my heart, I couldn't be more thrilled with being above 3,000 subscribers. So again, thank you all very much. And that's all my chat. You got anybody?
Well, Drake here asked for a shout out. He said, hey, I need a shout out. You know, what's going on, Drake?
Drake.
All right. All right. Ready to move on?
Ready to move on. So starting with on the 24th, we got the Lizard Gravity Wagon. This is a trailer made by MDZ Company, SGJ Modding. 8.76 megabytes to download, a price of $11,000 and 8,000 liter capacity. So this being just a gravity wagon. This is just a basic wagon here. As everybody knows, I try and shoot for the $1,000 per 1,000 liters, and this one kind of misses that, but not by much. It's not much over. So 9 megabytes to install. The trailer price per 1,000 is not that bad. This one I would consider installing. It's cheap enough to where the price for 1,000 is not something I'm willing to kind of die on that hill. But it's also one of those where I don't know. There's just something about it. Something charming about it. It just kind of has that nice small farm feel to it. What do you think there, Will?
It's definitely fantastic. I personally, if I use a gravity wagon, it's gonna be the Parker one from Rooster Mods. But this is definitely not a bad one to have. That I will say. It's definitely it's cheap enough, and it's only 8 megabytes. So
Yeah, so it's one of those where when everything's said and done, it's cheap enough to where I'm not going to sit there and be too devastated over the price for 1,000. It's not intrusive enough for it to be not like a disqualifier in any way, shape, or form. Like I said, it's a nice little small wagon for you to be able to work on. So I say give it a shot.
and for anyone wondering, it's 8 slots for that, which isn't awful.
Nice, nice. Next one we have is the Enbach Chopstar 590 Rogard. This is a weeder made by Hispano. 13.2 megabytes to install, $51,000 to buy, 9 meter working width, and a required horsepower of 140. So if we take a look at our closest comparables, we've got, let's see, weeders everywhere, but not a drop to drink. There we go. So taking a look at the 9 meters, we got two, really not a good one. This is going to be kind of more of an in-betweensy in regards to the working with. So starting out here, we can see we do have the Gornick Puller 600 is $6,500 to purchase that one, and a 12.4 meter working width. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm looking at the wrong one. 6 meter working width for the Gornick. Gorink. There we go. And then we got the Pontinger Rotocare V12400, $36,000 to buy, and 12.4 meter working width. So you can see that 9 meter working width for the mod here is right in between those two. $51,000 to buy, though. That's not in between. So right there, you're talking about, an extra what is that? 4, 5, 15 grand for this one, and you're getting a smaller working with than the Pottinger. Right there, right off the bat, I'd say this one is going to be a skip just for that one. Spending more money and getting less working area. Yeah, that's a pass for me. What do you say there, Will?
Hard pass. Hard pass. It is 10 slots for anyone who's wondering.
Next one we have is the Demco Side Dump. This is a trailer by Hispano, 20.74 megabytes to install, $54,000 to buy, and a starting capacity of 16,800 liters. So really, this one for a semi-truck doesn't hold a lot. Like a surprisingly small amount. And then if you take a look at the price per 1,000, holy smokes, that's nearly a $3,000 per 1,000 liter comparable there. So this one, for that reason alone, is going to be a complete pass for me. I do like that it's a low profile trailer, so it's just a side dumper. It's not going to be one of those tip dumps where it's going to require a huge upper, like a huge working area above your head to be able to work properly. And that's kind of the appeal of it. But because of the kind of 16,800 liter capacity, that's really small. Especially for a semi truck. So this is going to be a pass for me as well. What do you say there, Will?
I mean, you can also go up to an unrealistic capacity of 200,000 liters as well. I actually like this. I actually used this a lot in 22. I really did like this. I love using this as even what it's shown here for stones. I love using this for stones. It works so well. So.
Now that's the one thing that is nice about this is it does have that nice low profile. Is this low enough, do you know, that you'd be able to load your stones directly into it from the stone picker?
That's actually a great question. I was actually going to test that out on my map. The one I asked for help on.
Yeah, so
I'll let you know.
that would be something I'd be interested to find out because it being such a low profile vehicle or a low profile trailer, if you're able to load into it directly from the stone picker, then you're taking your typical capacities of let's take a look. Trailers. Typically, starting out with the Crampy half pipe HP20, this is typically the one that you're given when you're doing stone contracts and whatnot. That's 12,100 liters capacity. So you're getting an additional about 4,500 liters. And the only problem is you're spending an extra, what is that? 15 grand. You're spending an extra 15 grand for this semi-dump trailer as opposed to the Crampy half pipe. So you're getting a couple thousand liters more capacity, but you're spending 15 grand extra. So again, this is going to be one that's going to be a pass for me. There's just not a big enough incentive for me to be able to say, okay, yeah, I've got to have this because we've got comparables in the game that are going to work out cheaper and know it's going to function for unloading into them.
Right. And for anyone who is wondering, it's 7 slots for that trailer.
Kind of broke up there. You said 7 slots?
Yeah.
Excellent. Next one we have is the Flegel VFW 14,000. This is a slurry tanker. Oops. Let's, 1 second. Miles Bentley just subscribed. Miles, thank you so very much. Greatly appreciate it. I just got the chime in my ear, so I just wanted to see what that was. So this is a slurry tanker by MW Micah 3615. Is 29.59 megabytes to download and a starting price of $35,000, 130 horsepower required, and a working width of 15.3 meters, total capacity of 14,000 liters. So if we take a look at our comparables here, we've got, let's see, where is slurry? There it is, slurry tankers. 15.3 meter working width. So that's going to put us right in line with the Flegel PFW 18,000 Max Line Plus. As you can see, $102,000 a purchase, 15 meter working width, and a capacity of 18,000 liters. So again, looking at the mod, $35,000 to buy, so significantly cheaper. Now I will say that the Flegel does include that kind of drape hose, so maybe that's not a decent comparable. No, no, we'll stick with that one because it's about the right working with. So you're going to be saving quite a bit of money when you look at the spread widths. 15 meters for the Flegel, Max Line Plus, the one that's base game, compared to the Flegel VFW. This one is 15.3 meters, so you're gaining an extra 0.3 meters. Capacities are 14,000 for the mod versus 18,000 for the base game. So you're only getting an extra 4,000 liters, but you're spending like, what is that, 75,000 plus, like $77,000 more for the base game one, as opposed to just getting this one to do the same exact working with. I mean, to me, the 30 megabytes this is going to require, that's high. That's really, really high. But that price cut is very enticing, incredibly enticing.
Right.
Because, I mean, that's huge. That's 70 grand. And you get the same, actually, you get a little bit bigger working with. So it's one of those that I could be talked into this one. But on my own, I'm going to struggle with saying in one way or the other. What do you think?
I mean, I can definitely see where you're coming from on that. In case of because I know somebody's gonna ask, but the MW stands for Modding Welt, which is actually a team of people. So that's one of them. And it does go up to 150 horsepower because it does, and it does go up to 18 meters, which I think is pretty good. So of course that price tag 35,000. That's for like the low. That's not for the highest one. Let's see if I can see here. Here, I don't know if they're gonna show it or not. Okay, yeah. So the third screenshot is the 18 meter with those two. They actually like swing back and forth. It's kind of like, and then the fourth screenshot, you can see like the one that just sticks outwards and it just spreads. That's the 15 meter 0.3. I mean, overall, I mean, it looks very good. It looks fantastic. It would be a pass for me. It'd be a pass for me for one reason.
Let's hear it.
Actually, technically two. The second reason is because we now have GEA base game. If you have the DLC, the Plains and Prairies. The other part is I took a note of this because I thought it was important. It crashes your game.
Yeah, that's kind of important.
So,
I mean, kind of, sort of, maybe.
And for everyone wondering, it's 14 slots for this. Yeah, because like I mean, because you can install it, select it, get into your game. You can look at it, like you go over like to your slurry area, and you see it. The second you click on it, your game freezes and then crashes. So, so.
A Quail, thank you so much for subscribing. Greatly appreciate it.
So, pass for me.
Let's see. Yeah. It's one of those. Okay. Backtracking to if it worked 100% properly and crashing was not an issue, then I could be pushed in any direction. It crashing, though, kind of changes my opinion on it, just ever so slightly. So, yeah, don't download this just yet. Wait for the fix to come out. Moving on, we've got the stationary wood chipper by Zuttelzocht. This is a production site, 26.73 megabytes to install, and we have the ability to make a whole bunch of wood chips. $27,500 to buy, and yeah, it's a wood chipper. At the end of the day, it's a wood chipper, so you're able to bring your logs in and get wood chips out. I like it. If you want to, have a different way to make wood chips, and you don't want to have to deal with like the like the tow along wood chippers from the base game or something like that, either the Hazomat or the Gens, then you can go with this. And it's significantly cheaper. You can see here the Hazomat here is $110,000. The Gens is $660,000. So this being 27,500, and it does literally the same exact job. And you can take a trailer full of wood to bring over to the to this and actually just kind of click and done kind of thing, just load into this thing and be done with it. I think this is superior to make wood chips if that's what you're looking to do. But that's just me. What do you think?
Well, it's not bad. I mean, it's definitely a different way of doing it. I mean, it's not bad either because you got 2,400 cycles a month, which is not awful. And and to have a nice little ramp to come up and then come down, you can back up, and then as soon as you I mean, you can put it in there if you want to. You just pull up and disappear. But as soon as you go over to that wrench icon and you start it up, like the second screenshot here, you can see in best, like the little grinder things right there, will actually start moving, which I think is awesome. Be a pass for me, only just because I don't deal with wood. That's the big reason why we have the T-Rex or Trex. And it's 11 slots for this, which is not awful if you think about it.
It's really not. When this first came out, I ended up going on and installing it onto my testing map, just kind of see what it can do. Because I'm used to Zuddlezocht, having those little placards or whatever, to where you could, from FS22 is what I'm used to. And you could run over and flip a switch and you put on a billboard, or you flip another switch and you turn on lights, you flip another switch and do something else, you flip another switch and you turn off gravity. But the Zuddlezocht mods are, in my opinion, they're known for all these kind of little like quirks, not quirks in as in a bad way, but just quirks as in having all these additional little features associated to them. So I was like, I wonder if this one has it. I didn't notice anything. Nothing kind of popped up for me personally. Right. But like you pointed out, the grinder actually turning on when you turn on the production point, I thought that was pretty sweet too.
Right.
So let's see. Moving on, we've got the Country Dairy. This is a production site by Alexander Tarasenko. 13.02 megabytes to install, $50,000 to buy. This is a dairy place where you can process your milk into various other products. I didn't get too deep into this one. It does look like a very nice model. I do like the fact that you got the nice snow mask on top of it. You can see in the fourth screenshot. But just overall, it's simple. And sometimes, me personally, I love the KISS method. The keep it simple, stupid. And this one I like. It's doing that. It's keeping it simple. And yeah, I think for less than 14 megabytes to install, if you want a different option for your dairy, here you go. 50 grand is not bad.
I do agree with that. It's not bad at all. It's going to be a hard pass. Now, I was kind of intrigued by this, so I actually installed it to take a look at it, and I was very disappointed.
Why is that?
Because I'm like, ooh, different dairy. It doesn't say about cycles per month and stuff like that. So I'm like, ooh, I wonder if it's faster or something. So I go on to take a look at it. It does all your basic stuff that your base game does, right? It has the exact same everything as your base game. Like your cycles per month and everything. So it's a different look. So I guess if you want something that's like base game, but a different look, then go for it. It's personally a pass for me. I have a dairy that came out last week that I absolutely love because you can actually make mozzarella from normal milk, not buffalo milk. And it's super fat. That is cool. It's super fat. I think it's like 4,800 cycles a month, which is pretty fast. So that's just my personal opinion on this. It would be a pass for me. This is 25 slots, in case anyone was wondering. So, which is kind of up there for slot count.
Yeah, that's pretty high for really anything, any building. But all in all, I mean, you can see where those slots are coming in from. Like I said, it is a simple design, a simple building, but you do have like the tankers on the outside of the building. You've got the overhangs, and you do have stuff that's kind of populated on the outside for design and decoration, stuff like that. So all in all, you can see where that slot count is coming from. But again, if you're looking for just a dairy and another design for it, there you go.
Yep.
Next one we have is the Bale Shredder by Zuttelzak. This is another production point, 27.65 megabytes to install, and we have a cost of $2,500. And I love this. Absolutely love this. The reason being is that if you want to make bales, but then don't want to necessarily be, or let me back up. If you want to make bales, because me personally, I love making bales because they're easier to transport rather than having loose material to transport across the map. You can use your bales and then bring it over here, and then this will chop it up into loose product. So you're able to then use that loose product around your farm. So if you don't want to buy a blower to blow the straw into your cow pens, well, there you go. You're able to just utilize the loose product. You don't have to have a blower. So that'll save you money in the long run. And it being, according to this, a construction cost of $2,500, it's stupid cheap. Stupid cheap. I love that. I absolutely love it. I'm not saying stupid as in a bad way. I'm saying that's a good price for any production point. And to make your baled products into loose, I love it. Absolutely love it. And it's got a pretty decent storage capacity on it. I think it was like 1 or 2 million liters, if I remember correctly. And it also takes all of your baled products. So your TMR, your sugar beets cut, your I think cotton was in there if I remember correctly, and
Like your grass,
chaff,
your
like
hay, or something.
yeah, like all your grass, hay, like all your basics, but then all like the Gavile expansion stuff as well, including cotton. Like the cotton one was separate as well. So I like it. I think this is a really good production and super super cheap. The only problem is that it's 28 megabytes to install, but it does a lot for the price and all that. So I can forgive it for that. I can look past that, and I'd be good with installing this one. What do you think?
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but I mean, I personally like actually putting the bell and then shredding it into the pen. I don't know. I just find it more realistic. But I know there are people out there that don't like shredding bales and stuff like that. So yeah, this is definitely a great option. I definitely agree. 28 megabytes is kind of high for this, but I mean, if you can look past it, cool. Also, if you're on a custom map with alfalfa, they will take alfalfa bales.
Ooh, nice.
Also alfalfa hay and stuff like that. It is 24,000 cycles a month. That's not a typo. And it does cost $240 per hour though. So
Well, so it's basically supposed to be one of those things that it cuts up your product super fast, and then you turn it right back off. Like you're not intended to leave this thing on for months at a time,
right.
kind of thing.
And just like his previous mod, the like the second that you go over that wrench and turn it on, the grinders start going. It's 9 slots, which is not awful if you think about it.
No, not at all. And just to point something out really quick, our base game shredders, our base game straw shredders and blowers, the K brand, Primor is 36,500. The Elmer's is 32,000. I mean, you consider this being $2,500. Again, stupid cheap, stupid cheap. I love it. I absolutely love it because hey, if I can save over 30 grand, sign me up. Sign me up. I can spend that 30 grand elsewhere.
Right.
Let's see. Next one we have is the old 2-bay shed. This is a mod created by BK Mods and is 7.46 megabytes to install, $10,000 to buy. We got a shed. We got a shed. It's got lights. It's, pretty nicely detailed. I do like the snow mask on it, again in the fourth picture there. I mean, all in all, it's got good details. If you're looking for an itty bitty shed, because this is really small, this is going to be one for you, but for me personally, it's going to be a pass. Even though it's 8 MB, it's 10 grand. There's nothing really that's going to hugely disqualify it. It's just not going to fit my scheme of farms per se. What do you
Right.
say, Will?
I agree. Like BK mods, when he makes mods, are pretty good mods. This is a highly detailed mod, just as usual. It's a pass for me. I mean, this would definitely not fit any style map that I have. Now, if I did play on a map that I did need to shed, I would go for this, especially if it fit. But unfortunately, I don't. So it would be a pass for me. And it's not bad. It's only 5 slots.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Let's see. Next one we have is the wooden fountain. This is made by. Ooh, hello. Mm-hmm. Taroller. 8 MB to install and $500 to buy.
like,
You making fun of me?
I'm not gonna try to pronounce it. I didn't even want to try pronouncing that.
Tiroler Hamad modding. Wow. That is a mouthful. Anyways, $500 to buy. It's a water point. At the end of the day, it's a water point. And very nice looking mod, highly detailed. I like it. One of those for 8 MB. I mean, nothing wrong with it. It's going to be one that I don't know if I would necessarily download this or not because we have other packs where, the mods are free. This is definitely going to have a kind of like a specific area that this is going to fit in. This definitely looks like something that you'd find on a European map per se. So not one that I would personally install because I'm not playing on a ton of European maps. Not to say that I don't, but just I don't know. This almost looks like, especially on this map, this screenshot here, the second one, this looks like an Alp style map, like the Swiss Alps kind of thing. So maybe I'm wrong about that, but just kind of the vibe that it gives off. So I don't know. What do you think, Will?
Well, it looks fantastic. I love it a lot. I love the design of it, especially the you will actually see the water flowing, which I think is awesome. Then in the third screenshot, like it actually freezes over, and there's actually like snow on it. But whenever you do come to this, it charges you for water. So just be very mindful of that. I watched Mr. Sleepy's video on this, and he stated that when he went up to Austria, in like the Alpine region, like up in the hills, they had these all over the place.
Really?
Yeah, so this is more of like an Alpine. So kind of like for like the one map that we had.
Yeah, the Alps. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Start with an R. I always say it, and then the one time I can't remember what it is.
And it's gonna be like itching at the back of your mind the rest of the night.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the Alpine DLC map
Alpine DLC map.
from 19. And then it was base game 22.
Oh,
See, it's like itching on the back of my I know what it is. I can picture it, but I can't think of the name.
wait. It was base game in 22. You're not talking about Erlengrad, are you?
Yeah, Erlengrad. Thank you. No, it's R with an E, not R. Oh.
I was about to say. It's like, wait a minute. Where'd
Forgive
the
me.
R come from?
Forgive me, people. Yeah, I mean, like this right here would fit Elgrad perfectly,
Yes. Yep. I agree.
and it's 5 slots, which is not awful either.
No, that's not bad at all.
The only downfall is that it charges you.
Yeah, that's a bummer. That is absolutely a bummer.
So
All right, and I think we made it to the end of the 24th. What was your favorite mod from the 24th?
I would definitely have to go with the Demko side dump.
Mine is a tie between the stationary wood chipper and the bale shredder. I like both of those mods a lot, and like I said, it's one of those where the stationary wood chipper is nice because it just can. If you're wanting to have something that isn't like the T-Rex, where it's just gonna spit the wood chips into a trailer kind of thing. Not the T-Rex. I'm sorry. The Demolisher. What was that one called? Oh my goodness, Tree Devourer. That's
Yeah.
it. Um, if you don't want something like that, that's pseudo, not even pseudo, that is unrealistic to have it just delete the tree for you and then spit it out in wood chips into a trailer, kind of thing. This one is at least a bit more on the quote unquote realistic side, and then the bale shredder again, just for the reasons I stated before, just being able to take your baled goods and make it into non-baled is awesome. I like that, and especially because it's all the baled products. It's not just the basic grass products and straw.
Yeah.
So yep, that's what I think.
Do you want to chat? You want to catch up real quick?
I absolutely do. So we've got. Let's see. I think I left off with. I think it left off with Ken saying, "Congratulations, BDD." Thank you so much, Ken. Greatly appreciate it. Samuel says, "Happy for you, BDD." Thank you, thank you. We got Luke's Gaming. How's it going, Luke? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Let's see. We got Farmer Groot. Groot, how are you doing tonight? Hope you're having a fantastic day as well. FS Farmer, how's it going, FS? Hope you're having a great day as well. Says, "Good evening, BDD, Gaming, and everyone," and Farmer Groot. Let's see. We got Farmer Groot saying hello to FS. We got Luke saying, "You cheated." Who cheated? No. No cheats. Let's see. Farmer Groot says, Elgart. I think that was supposed to be Erlingrat. And then FS Farmer with a wave. We also got Jonah says, "You're starting to catch up to me in terms of subscribers. Better start running." Oh, Jonah, I'm catching up. I'm catching up. I don't know. Slow and steady wins the race, I guess. Anyways, that's all I got. Do you have anybody?
No, I do not.
Oh, Will? Nope. I gotcha. I gotcha.
Sorry,
All
I
right.
just ran out real quick. I'm gonna go grab a muffin.
Gotcha. Well, we've got the next one here. This is a map called Daheim. This is by Calais, 317.68 megabytes to install. And I don't remember off the top of my head what I gave this. Let me double check this just really fast because let's see. Here, let's go on to this here real fast because I don't want to show the screen. Let's see. Daheim. What did I give this? I remember I liked this one. 5. I gave this one a 5 out of 5. Ooh, that's right. I did like this one. All right, let's go back to that there. So, anyways, I did like this one. I think Kelly did a fantastic job on this. So this is kind of in the style of a like Central Germany, according to the description here, and it's gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is a smaller map. It's not the full 2x by 2x. The kind of road network that's laid out amongst it. You've got the kind of town area right here in the kind of northern portion of town. I don't know. There was just something almost magical about this map. Like everything was custom. There was nothing that was kind of stock standard kind of thing. I don't know. Just I really enjoyed it. The color palette was spectacular. The terrain and undulations, the layouts of the farms, like everything about it was just really really special. You had various fields that were like hiding little treasures in them. You had like the hidden cow pastures, sheep pastures, things along those lines. I don't know. I really enjoyed this one. 5 out of 5 for me. What do you say, Will?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch your map tour on this yet. But from what I've seen, though, it looks good. I mean, I mean, it has just 7 required mods, so it's it's like in that gray area for me. But I feel like this is probably something like, especially if people are like getting into FS and they want like a smaller map to play on. This is definitely a good one.
And it's one of those where even though this is a smaller map, like this is again not the full 2x by 2x, even though it is that smaller size of a map, the road network on this does make it feel bigger than what it actually is. So it's one of those where the map maker does a really good job on utilizing the space. And right here in the center of the map, you can see this little brown, uh, almost looks like a worm right here in the middle of the map. This is a motocross track for you to ride your motorbike on. So little touch of detail. That's what this map has, and has a lot of it. It's just those fine little bits of detail. You can see right here in the screenshot, the bottom left hand corner. I'm kind of circling my mouse over it. There's a little boat in the river here that's just kind of hanging out, like a paper boat. It's just silly things like that. The tractor mailboxes. The little flower carts. Like, you get all this little bits of detail on this map. It's the 7 required mods, I think, is a small price to pay for this level of detail and this gorgeous of a map. And it's only 300 megabytes. It's 317.68 megabytes to install. It's not that intrusive of file size when considering that it's a map and you get this level of detail.
Right. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it has a 4.7 star rating from 675 people. So,
yeah, no, I'm right there with it. It's like I said, I gave it a 5 out of 5, and I can see the 4.7. Absolutely, I think it's well deserved. Let's see. Next one we have is Sharon Center, Ohio. This is a North American map made by Tony Miff and Schultz Modding, 293.52 megabytes to install. And this one here, again, let me go back to my notes because I want to make sure that I am being, fair on this. Let's see. So this one I gave a 3.5 out of 5. So this one was not up there like the last one was, but there were a lot of features about this map that I did like. So on the northeastern corner of the map, there's a kind of town center that is almost it's like based around this kind of roundabout area. You can see it in the first screenshot here. And it's just kind of like, here it is, but that's kind of what the entire map is, which is why I gave it a significantly lower score than the one by Calais, is that it feels like things are just kind of plunked down throughout the map. You can see there's a lot of wide open space in between all these buildings. The kind of parking lot that's in the back here with loads of space behind it. It's just, that's pretty much how the entirety of the map felt, is that this thing is here and then there's no deco, no nothing around it. Now, I do appreciate the custom gas station that we have on this map that just kind of made it stand out really nicely. The main starting farm, which is down here, the not bottom left hand corner, but that bottom left hand ish corner, is so wide open. There's so much room for you to be able to expand and build upon that it just feels empty. Like it gave that kind of emptiness. Now, overall, the landscape, the undulations is really nice. The color palette was nice as well, which is why it got a 3.5. If there was, the undulations weren't there, the color palette wasn't there, this would have been significantly lower. But if you're looking for a map that you can kind of take control of, build up, add the deco, and kind of really build it up from all different angles, then this is going to be a good one for you. Again, for me, 3.5 out of 5, above average, but it definitely has its quote-unquote faults for me. What do you think there, Will?
I mean, not a whole lot of fields. Pretty open. I mean, I mean, this place in real life, I can tell that they tried to do their best. I know. I do know that the gas station and the fourth screenshot that's coming as a placeable, like a standalone placeable, which I think is awesome. The gas station looks phenomenal.
It does.
And you can go inside of it. You can use like the workshop trigger and the lift works and stuff like that. I do want to say though that if you're just big into grain work, like doing like soybeans and stuff like that, just grain work. That's it. Maybe cotton. This would be a good map for you. If you're looking to do a lot of grass work and be able to like build a massive dairy farm, this is not going to be for you. That's all I'm going to say. Unless you're playing on multiplayer, because a lot of these fields are just massive. So that honestly is a pass for me. So, I mean, nothing mocking the modders. I do know that there is an update coming out for this, though. So, I don't know when, but I know there is. So,
One thing I will point out that I do like about this map too is that it does have the custom crops by Falls Agrar. The field grass, silage corn, vetch rye, things like that. It's like the half dozen or so different crops that are in addition to all your base game stuff. So that is a nice little thing to add for map makers and stuff. So the fact that we have that in this is nice. Like I said, like the thing I didn't care for the most about this map is that it just felt so empty. Like there wasn't anything that kind of made it feel alive for me. So that was kind of the big thing that stood out. But again, it's one of those where, if you have a better imagination than I do, then this might be a good one for you. So
I agree.
let's see. Next one we have is the Case IH Farmall C Series US/EU. This is our small tractors by Jolly Farms Modding, 12.13 megabytes to install. And we have a starting base price of $69,000 with
I'm sorry.
a power range of 90 to 157 horses. And yeah, we've got a nice little case tractor. I believe this is the baby case, if I'm not mistaken, in the series. This. What's that?
This is the one that we got in 22 for the for the Farmall anniversary pack that came with the cabless version, which I'm still waiting on. And then they brought it as one of the game updates, base game. So this is the exact same one. It's just modified to have more options on it.
Yep. And considering that it has all those options and is only 13 megabytes to install, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. I'm fine with as many options as you want if you can keep that megabyte size down. But all those options like opening windows and tint and stuff like that, to me is not important enough to have if you're going to, make it 25, 30, 50, 90, whatever the case. Like if you're going to make it a really high, then no feature in the world is going to save it for me personally. But for 13 megabytes, yeah, I'm on board with that.
I agree. I actually have this. I love it. In the fourth screenshot over that case mower in the back, the case disc spine, that is their mod, and that is coming to all platforms, which I think is awesome.
Nice.
So, I absolutely love the tractor. I really do. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And the front loader on
You
it.
heard it here, folks. Will loves Case.
Well, that's my third favorite brand. The front loader, the case front loader, that's base game. That came with one of the updates, content updates. So that is a base game that did not come with this. It's 16 slots. To let everyone know the tractor.
And even that's not bad for a tractor. I mean,
Right.
I think this is a good one. I think this is definitely worth a check.
Especially if you're starting out small, get this.
Exactly. The next one we have is the Volvo FH16 South America. This is a semi-truck by Farm Central Soul and Luis 73 Sound, 53.48 megabytes to install. We have a base price of $137,000 and a maximum speed of 90 kilometers per hour. So this one here is meh. It's one of those where it's not going to be my style personally, but I'm not really big on the kind of cab overs like this one is. Obviously, I prefer the American style of semi truck. You know, the big, bulky cab like the Max and whatnot. But this one, I mean, I do like that it has all the kind of like the painted editions and all that stuff. You got like the red on the third screenshot. You got the kind of grays and blues with the stripings, like all this stuff. It looks like what is that? A Swedish Performance Edition, which I mean that's kind of cool. You got the Brazilian flag on one of them. All in all, it's not bad, but not one that I'm gonna go out of my way to install because I am playing on the South American map, so it would fit. But for 54 megabytes to install, yeah, no, I'm gonna pass on that one.
Plus, also there's a ton of configuration on this truck. Like I remember watching DTOM's video, and he just went through real fast because he said, and I quote, "Man, it feels like I'm going through 3 pages just worth of configurations." Yeah, there are engine ranges. You got 420, 460, 500, and 540, which isn't awful for a truck. I think one of the worst things is 24 slots. But, I mean, you can see where that slot count's coming from, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, without a doubt.
So, I mean, for me, it's a pass. I agree with you. Like, these cab overs, like the flat cabs, they're not my cup of tea. I prefer, like, the Peterbilt long nose and stuff like that. So.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Next one we have is the Class Tryon 660 530 pack. This is a harvester made by Rival, 53.8 megabytes to install, and a starting price of $286,000, and a starting horsepower of 306, capacity starting at 9,000, working its way up to $12,000. I mean, 54 megabytes to install. That's a big amount for a harvester. But if we take a look at our comparables, let's see, we've got harvesters for 9,000 liter capacity. That's not you know what, we'll use the New Holland let's see, the New Holland CH770, $281,000 to buy, 374 horsepower, and 9,300 liter capacity. So taking a look at our base game versus our base game, $286,000 to start for the mod here, compared to $281,000. So you're spending an extra $5,000 for this mod. Then we look at power. The mod starts at 306. The New Holland 374. So more expensive, less power. Capacity. The New Holland here has 9,300 liters. This has 9,000. So all in all, the mod is more expensive, less power, less capacity, and is almost 54 megabytes to install. This is going to be a pass.
I agree. I absolutely love Class. I do. And if my PC was working properly and I had plenty of storage, yeah, I'd snag it. But on my console where space is limited, no, this would be a pass for me. And just be forewarned, it's 25 slots for this.
Oof.
So just let everyone know.
Next one we have is the Geringhoff North Star pack. This is Corn Headers by Liffey. Ooh, I hope. 42.84 megabytes to install, and we've got several working widths here. We got a 12, a 15, and an 18 meter. power requirements of 100, 140, 180, and 220 respectively, and a price going from $108,000 all the way up to 168,000 horsepower. So very, very expensive for headers. So if we take a look under our corn headers, we're looking at our base working width of 12 meters. So we're going to be, whoops, wrong button. Let's see, looks like, there we go. We have the John Deere C16F, $144,000 to purchase, and 12 meter working width. So that lines up working width wise with the kind of introductory model here. 100 horsepower is required for the mod. Doesn't show a power requirement here for the John Deere. Let's see. Price of $108,000 to purchase the mod here, as opposed to $144,000. So right now you're spending about $38-ish thousand less for the mod, and you're getting the same working width. Now, the one thing I will say is, does this one actually collapse? Because
Yes.
it does collapse. Okay, good. So yeah, the fact that it collapses makes it better, so you're not having to have a big, trailer going behind it. You still probably going to need a trailer, but at least it's not going to be like a bulky one. So all in all, for 43 megabytes really to install, that's going to be a hard pill to swallow for me. So personally, it's going to be a pass, but I can hear the argument of, hey, it's going to save you, 100, or I'm sorry, it's going to save you like 30-ish thousand dollars. And then if you look at even the larger one going up to the 18 meter, that's only $168,000 compared to the Geringhoff North Star 1830. That's base game. That's only 13 meters. So you can get an extra 5 meters and only spend an extra 12 grand.
Yeah.
So all in all, I think this is going to be a pack where it's got its upsides, but the file size is probably its only downside. So it's going to be up to the individual. What do you think there, Will?
I love this pack. I absolutely love it because actually on my map right now that I'm playing on, I actually am using the 18 meter corn header, which is absolutely phenomenal. Just beware when you try and go down the road, even when it's all folded up, it's still bulky. It's super, super nice. Absolutely love it. So definitely a download for me. I was starting out with the smallest one. So you have 10, 11, 12, 12. So, I mean, you got 12 slots for an 18 meter corn header. That's not awful.
That's not bad at all.
So, love it. Yeah.
Next one we have is the Case IH 2412 3412 corn headers. This is by Jolly Farms Modding and is 4.67 megabytes to install. We have a couple of different model years, the 2412 old, the 2412 new, and the 3412 2008 to 2013. The 2412 has a base price of $34,300 and the 3412 $49,800. So we've got a working width of 30 feet or 9 meters wide. All in all, for 5 megabytes to install, you're talking you get the couple of different versions of this, based on their model years and whatnot. I think that's actually pretty nice, all in all. And again, kind of looking at our comparables, looking at 9 meters, it's going to put us by the Geringhoff North Star 1230 FB, $108,000 for that, and a 9 meter working width. So it's a pound for pound, the same working width, not that big a deal. But again, $108,000 for the Geringhoff, base game, as opposed to $34,300 for the mod here. So you're gonna save about 60 grand when everything's all said and done, for the same working width. Now this is branded, so you're having a case corn header as opposed to something that can be, kind of pivoted off of for other harvesters and whatnot. But if you're into case, here you go.
Yeah, I love it. I like it. It's not bad. I mean, I would definitely get this, especially for it only being 5 MB. The other best thing is it's only 6 slots. So, so if you're on console, you're using this 6 slots, which is not awful. The previous header set, the Gearing Off North Star pack, you can also change the color on that to match your combine, which I think is fantastic. Nice. So yeah, but the case header, definitely a download for me. I like it.
Awesome. Next one we have is the Capello Hylanthus. There we go, pack. This is a specialty header by Hispano, 16.45 megabytes to install. If I remember right, these are the sunflower headers, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. We have in this pack, we have the 5.7 meter working with for $32,000, the 12 meter for $92,000, as well as the header trailers corresponding for $6,500 and $15,000 per trailer. So again, taking a look at our, let's see, is this under specialty headers? Yes, it is. Okay. So really the only one that we have that's going to be kind of base game comparable is going to be the Geringhoff Sunlight 40. So that is a 12 meter working width. So we're going to compare it to that. So you take a look at this screen here. You can see the Sunlight 40 does do just the sunflowers, just like this one will do just the sunflowers with the Capello. And then same working width. The price for the Capello here for the larger one is $92,000, as opposed to the Geringhoff's $118,000. So again, you're saving about 30 grand almost for the mod as opposed to the base game, and you're only getting charged, what is that, 17 megabytes to install it. So all in all, I think this would be worth it at the end of the day. If you're specifically looking for something that's only going to deal with your sunflowers. Now here's the thing, me personally, the mod is fine and all that stuff. It's fine if you want something that's just going to be doing sunflowers. Me personally, I'm just going to go with a corn header and be able to, do corn and sunflowers.
Right.
And if you take a look at the kind of working widths, again, that John Deere, C16F here in the base game at $144,000, yeah, it's going to be a bit more expensive. It's going to be about 50 grand more, but you're going to be able to not do just corn. You're going to be able to do your sunflowers as well. So it's doubling up on the duty without doubling up on the price. So all in all, I would personally pass on this, but if you're just looking for something for sunflowers, this is going to be a good way to go. What do you think there, Will?
Pass. It's gonna be a pass for me. No, I definitely agree. If you're doing sunflowers and corn, let's get a corn header. Works. The slots aren't bad either. So you got 4 slots and 3 slots. So the 4 slots is actually for the smaller one, and 3 slots is for the bigger one. Weird, right? And then both header trailers are only 2 slots each. So, I mean, not awful on the slot count. Actually pretty good. But, I mean, if you're just doing sunflowers and that's it, I mean, you want this, go right ahead. They look great. You can change the color on them, stuff like that. But for me, it'd be a pass.
I agree. Next one is the brand 1116 dump trailer. This is by RMC, 12.47 megabytes to install. And we have the UPD 1116 for $12,500 and the UGD 1116 for $15,000. So these are just little itty bitty dump trailers. They're not going to hold a ton of capacities or anything like that. Me personally, for 13 megabytes, I mean, it's not that bad. I wish I knew what their sizes were, what they held, based on the description here, but it doesn't tell you exactly unless you were to install it and figure that out manually. Did the FS Encyclopedia happen to figure that one out by chance?
I honestly didn't even take a look at them yet. I installed them. I just haven't had the chance to actually take a look at them yet.
Yeah, so I mean, all in all, it's not going to be one that I'm going to go rushing out for just because it just doesn't look like it's going to have a decent size capacity. So for that reason, it's going to be meh. It is what it is. But I mean, it looks nice and it looks like it's functional. Um, but yeah, I think I'll be a pass on this one. What do you think?
Well, I do want to say that I do absolutely love them. For anyone who's wondering, holds 8,000 liters. I just looked it up.
Ah,
So,
see, is that both trailers or
yes.
okay? So
Yeah, it is. Actually, give me 1 second. I believe it's for both trailers. Give me 1 second. I gotta take a look at that. But I know that they're bulk trailers, so they'll hold everything, which is great. Because I know some trailers like this only hold stones, some only hold, certain crops. But it is a bulk trailer, which is absolutely
I
fantastic.
will say, with its low profile and it can hook up to a gooseneck, there are nice features about this. It's made to, like in this screenshot, the third one here, it's being pulled behind the kind of base game truck that you're able to have access to. It's one of those. It's nice. It's definitely got that kind of aesthetic appeal to it. But again, it's one of those that for the 8,000 liters that Will pointed out for 12,500, even if it's just that capacity for that price, you're missing out on the 1,000 liters per $1,000 mark that I set personally. And for 13 megabytes, I mean, it's just not one that's really kind of speaking to me.
Yeah, so I did look it up. It is 8,000 liters. I absolutely love this pack. I mean, I installed it instantly. I'm like, oh, this will go perfect. So I do absolutely love this. It's 7 slots, which isn't awful.
Gotcha. Next one here is the JM Extended Reach Plus GPS. This is an auger wagon by AT Farms. It is 11.14 megabyte to install. And this one here is actually kind of interesting because, once you actually hook up to it, you can utilize it for a GPS unit, which is quite interesting in my opinion. Being able to, forcibly stay next to, like a harvester or whatever the case may be, as you can see in the first screenshot here. It's definitely interesting, and I like that there are modders out there that are starting to integrate the GPS functions in various tools that didn't have it in base game. We had that one, the one pack, I forget what the pack was, but they integrated it as well as like a weight system. I think it was a baler pack if I remember correctly. So now that we're starting to get the kind of integration into trailers and stuff like that, I think that's kind of a nice little additional feature. So all in all, for 12 megabytes to install, and you're talking a base price of $95,000 and a $2,800 GPS additional price. Let's take a look at our auger wagons. Let's see. So really, this appears to be kind of a revamping of the J&M Extended Reach 1112 that we have in base game, because the prices for both of them are $95,000. Oh, yeah, you can see the 1112 base price here for $95,000, and then you got the 1112 for $95,000 here. So basically, they took the same base game mod that we had, or the base game model that we had, and they just added GPS functions to it, which I'm totally fine for that. I'm totally down with that. What do you say there, Will?
It's definitely something unique, and I mean, be English hard. Being able to set a GPS like that and actually stay on course, I guess, where they got mine is fantastic. So, I mean, I just set my cruise control and just follow along as best as I can. But, I don't know. I mean, for 11 megabytes, it's not awful. It really isn't. It's not something I wouldn't install, but somebody might, you know. That'd be a pass for me, honestly. The grain card itself is 10 slots, and the GPS is only one slot, so 11 slots total, which isn't awful.
So real quick, I want to catch up with the chat here real fast. So we've got Real Fanning Jonas saying, "You're start." No, I read that already. We got Ken saying, "Nope, Daheim too congested for me." I gotcha. You know, it's one of those that because it is a smaller map, that it's definitely going to be a bit more congested. But like I said, it's just one of those that it's got enough detail on it that it really is appealing to me personally. So, but again, I can completely understand others not liking it. Kenan also says Sharon Center, Ohio is an okay map. I gave it a 3.25 because of one thing. What's with the pink and green flowers between the start farm and $1.2 million fields? Yeah, I hear you there, Ken. 100% hear you. Farmer Klein, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says just a quick howdy, y'all. What's up tonight? We are doing Agribusiness tonight, where we're talking about the mods, maps, and news. So thank you for coming on out and hanging out with us here tonight there, Farmer Klein. Let's see, we got Klaus the Farmyard Ghost said, "Did somebody mention me?" No, no, no. No, Klaus. No. We did not mention you. Purposely so. All right. Moving on, we've got, let's see, the Bergman GTW 430 MY21, another auger wagon by Patrick. This is 18.26 megabytes to install, $87,000 to buy, and 43,000 liter capacity. Recorded horsepower 300 horsepower. So taking a look, we do have this one, well, it's kind of baby brother, I should say, already kind of in base game. So we do have the Bergman GTW 330. That one is a capacity of 33,000 liters as compared to the 43,000 liters, and a horsepower requirement also of 300. So yeah, let's go ahead and use that as our kind of base comparable. So taking a look, $87,000 for a 4,300 liter capacity. This one is $91,000 and 33,000 liter capacity. So you're already talking a price savings of, what is that? It's $4,000 right off the bat, and same horsepower. You get more capacity. I mean, all in all, this is nice. This is nice. If you like using auger wagons, this is basically just a triple axle version of the base game Bergman that we have. And for 19 megabytes to install, all in all, I say install this. I think it's a good one. What do you think there, Will?
That's not bad. I mean, I personally wouldn't use it. When it comes down to augers, I'm very particular on which ones I use. Bergman is not one I really use. So, I mean, if you love the brand Bergman, there you go. You got the bigger one, which I think is great. The model looks fantastic, though. All the little bolts and everything. It looks absolutely fantastic, highly detailed. It's only 7 slots.
So 19 megabytes and 7 slots. I mean, that's not bad.
Right.
All right, the next one we have is the Bachmann AT 401927. This is a trailer by Katzen18 and is $4,500 to purchase. If you're looking for just a little itty bitty trailer to kind of tow around your various bits of equipment around your farm, here you go. This is going to be a pass for me. This is not something that I would really use per se. And for 8 megabytes to install, I can use that 8 megabytes somewhere else. So this is going to be a pass for me. What do you say there, Will?
I agree. It's something I'm not going to use at all. So, I mean, someone out there might like it. Somebody might not. So if you do, great. If you don't, pass. Just move on. It looks fantastic, though. It looks very highly detailed. And it was only 5 slots for that.
Nice. That's not bad at all.
No.
Next one we have is the motorcycle trailer by Carl TG, 2.21 megabytes to install, price of $10,000. Does have a fuel capacity of 1,250 liter tank. So this one kind of falls in the same vein as the previous one. It's not something that I'm going to necessarily go rush out and download because I can't personally stand the motorcycles in base game. I always kind of go flying off into the oblivion. I get going too fast and I hit a bump and then all of a sudden I'm doing a 360 around kind of like Tony Hawk style. So yeah, needless to say, this one, yeah, it's like, whee! It just take off into the distance. So me personally, not my cup of tea. I'm going to be a pass on this one. But I will say for 3 megabytes to install and 10 grand to buy, I mean, really, if you're just going to use this for a tanker for you to just carry around diesel and stuff, 1,250 liters, I mean, that's not bad. And really, if we really kind of go down the rabbit hole on that one, hold on just 1 second. As I punch my microphone for some silly reason. Okay, so in reality, this isn't bad at all. So taking a look, again, $10,000 to buy, 1,250 liter capacity. So that means that we could buy this same trailer 3 times over and get, what is that? The same. It would be the same capacity as what we'd have here. So really, if you're wanting a more kind of inline version, so just a smaller version of your fuel tanker, what is that? The Thunder Creek FST 990. Then this would be kind of a nice little introductory vehicle for you. Because again, 10 grand, you're going to spend an extra $500 if you order triple its capacity. I mean, in all fairness, but it's not so far out of line that you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be missing that $500 down the road, you know?
Right.
So all in all, I mean, I would skip this as a motorcycle transport. I would use it more of a small transport trailer for my pallets or for a diesel tanker. That's what I would use this for.
Right. I mean, I agree. It's something I would pass on. To have like the diesel on it, that's nice for how cheap it is too. The megabyte storage is low, so that's good. It does look good. It looks detailed. I won't say highly detailed, but it definitely looks detailed. Probably the best thing about this is it's only 3 slots.
Yeah. So 3 megabytes, 3 slots, 10 grand, 1,000 plus liters of capacity. I mean, really, it's going to be an all in how you use it, but overall, it's not that bad.
Right.
Next one we have is the Bednar Terraland. This is a subsoiler by Hispano, 22.66 megabytes to install, $79,000 to buy, and 500 horsepower requirement. This does have a capacity of 3,000 and 30,000 liters and a 6-meter working width. So checking out the subsoilers here in base game. Let's see, subsoilers, and we have a working width of 6 meters. So really, it's gonna be closest one we got is the Alpago K Extreme, 11,500 for $31,500, 5-meter working width, and 350 horsepower required. So all in all, I mean, you're getting an extra meter out of the mod here, but for $79,000. So you're spending an extra 40 plus thousand for the mod here as opposed to the Alpago here in base game. And then you take a look, the capacity, I presume, is that what, like a fertilizer injector?
Yes.
Is that?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can put a fertilizer state down on this, which, I mean, that's nice, but again, for 40 grand, I think I'd just go with the Alpago and miss out on a meter and the fertilizer state. I can just run around and shoot fertilizer out of the back of one of the spreaders for like 42 meters as opposed to being limited to 6. So what do you think there, Will?
I love this mod. I use this a lot in 22. They use it a lot in 19. No, I just think it's unique. I love it. especially with like the back setup. So like you have like the kind of like the cultivator area right up front that digs it all up, and then you have the back piece, which basically gives you the seedbed finish, like crumbles it up, makes sure it's all smooth. They use a setup like this all the time in the States, except they're like bigger, like a little bit bigger. So I think it's unique. Honestly, I absolutely love it. I use it. It's 13 slots, just to let everyone know. But yeah, I would definitely grab this. Actually, I did grab it. So
Next one we have is the Quickie Q3M Q5M. This is a front loader by Hispano, 5.62 megabytes to install. The Q3M is $7,000 and a required power of 60. Q5M is $8,000 and a required power of 100. So if we take a look at our base game stuff here, where is our front loaders? Right there. The Q3 and 5. So these are actually kind of in between the ones. So you can see here we do have the Q4M as well as the Q6M. So this is the model before and the model after the Q4. So this is basically just to add a little bit of range within the Quickie brand. I mean, 6 megabytes, I'd be okay with this. Overall, it's a front loader. You can use the 4 or the 6. It's just how much of an additional kind of depth do you want? Me personally, what was it? 6 megabytes? I mean, it's not that bad. I'd be fine with this. This is not one that I'm gonna, again, not a hill I'm gonna die on in either direction on this one. What do you think?
over 6 megabytes, it's not awful. Price tag is not awful. I don't really use front loaders, so it'll be passed for me. Yeah, I mainly use like skid steers and telehandlers. Sometimes front loaders, or not front loaders, wheel loaders. I don't really use front loaders though. Sometimes maybe if I'm starting like start from scratch, maybe I'll use one for a little bit, but I hardly ever use it. And for both of these, they're both 3 slots, so which is not awful. So
Not at all. All right, the next one we have is the Eiffel Farm. This is a shed by F.A. Ursin Rainer. 31.56 megabytes to install, a price of $50,000. It looks good. It looks really, really nice, but for a near 32 megabyte install, it's going to be a pass for me.
it does have a bale storage base like in it, which I think is kind of neat. I didn't jot down on how much it hold. It wasn't a whole lot, I know that. I think it was like maybe 200, 300 barrels, something around there. It was not very much. I mean, the detail looks fantastic with all the weathering and the woodwork and all that kind of stuff. It absolutely looks fantastic. So it's a pass for me. But if you're playing on a European map and you like this, feel free, go ahead. I would highly suggest this. It's 14 slots. Can you believe that? 14.
That's impressive. I mean, considering that the file size is as large as it is and it's only 14 slots, that's not bad.
Right.
Let's see. Next one we have here is the Old American Farmhouse. This is by ICUS, 2.03 megabytes to install, a cost of $12,500. Will?
ICUS, we're going to have a problem, man. You can't go on the inside. I mean, wrong. It looks fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Don't wrong.
Like I swear I've seen this in real life like millions of times. Like this exact model, like ICUS spot on this.
I do want to say, because I did speak with him. So this one and his other one, including his shop, he is going to be making interiors for these. He is working on them right now, but it's going to be a little while.
Nice.
But he is making interiors. But once they get in the interiors, then maybe, just maybe. Yeah, you would not believe the slot count for this thing.
Oh, I would. I absolutely would because there's tons of detail on this. You got that exterior AC unit. You've got the kind of back patio, front patio. You've got all the kind of electrical conduit and wiring on the back side of this. You've got the different colors. You got the electrical box. You got the trash can, the downspouts. Like you got all this. You got the wagon wheel on the side with the flower pots. I mean, there's tons of details on this particular building here, so I believe it. Let's hear it.
25 slots.
Oh yeah. Yep. That's not a shock. Not a shock. But again, extremely highly detailed. Extremely. Just all those little things that if you were just kind of just glancing at it, you'd be like, meh, okay, it is what it is. But I mean, you could see you've got even these little access panels on screenshot number 3 here. There's access panels down at the bottom so you can get underneath the house, underneath the trailer kind of thing. I mean, it's just little things like that that ICUS does so well.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Next one we have is the Old American Shed, also by ICUS. 6.58 megabytes to install, $8,000 to buy. I presume that means that it has a capacity of
Yes.
200. So yeah, because it says capacity.
Yeah,
Whatever that word is.
I just translated it. Yeah, it goes to capacity. 200.
Yeah, so I mean, it's basically a bale and pallet storage, and it's nice. It's again ICUS, very highly detailed. Absolutely love ICUS's barns and buildings that they do. It's fantastic. You can see all the weathering on the roof and on the side of the building as well. It's just a straightforward, simple American style shed, and it's nice. It's really nice, and I love that weathering on the side of it. How it's just got like the dirt kind of caked on the side.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love this one.
I love it too. I already grabbed it. I absolutely love it. I also have his other one too. It's only 5 slots.
Again, that one surprises me with all the detail on the siding there. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Next one is the Old Swedish Cow Barn. This is by Swifty. 32.64 megabytes to install. This has a capacity of 22 cows. It does have an option for solar panels. $60,000 to buy. And yeah, this one is pretty nice. But 33 megabytes, that's already starting out a bit high. But you can see where all that file size is coming from. You look at this 4th screenshot here, and you've got all the kind of rafter ruts on the very top. You got the pillars. You got the support trusses. You got the piping. You've got the little crusher, the bales, the kind of loose straw bedding on the bottom of the attic there. It's a nice looking mod. It's got different styles of brickwork and colors and all that stuff. It's a very nice looking one. 33 megabytes is a little bit much for my taste personally. And if we take a look at the kind of closest comparable for our cows, it's gonna be the and that's something else I didn't check out. Is this beef or dairy?
Dairy.
Is it dairy? Okay. So really, we can't even use that as a good comparable. We have to go all the way out to the Horman Cow Barn in base game. 50 cows can be held in this particular barn, and it is $254,000 to buy. So you're saving compared to this darn near $200,000, but you are losing about half the capacity of cows that this one has. But even if you're losing half that capacity, I mean, buy 2 of these, buy 3 of these, buy 4. I mean, you still have so much more money that you're saving from using this barn here in base game rather than just getting this mod and then buying 5 of them and blowing the capacity of the base game one out of the water. But again, 33 slots or 33 megabytes is going to be kind of a bit high for me, and I have a feeling the slot count is going to be pretty high too.
We'll start with this. It does look absolutely fantastic, you know, because you do have one option for like plaster on the outside, and then the second screenshot you have one for brick. So you got two different versions. Be mindful. I didn't write this down because I actually remember this. So in like the second screenshot, I mean, you can also see it in the first screenshot, that farther big door. When you first place it down, there is a collision there.
Oof.
And then when you open the door and then close it, the collision's gone. So just be mindful of that. So, I mean, overall, like in the last screenshot, looks fantastic, highly detailed, right?
Yep.
Because there's two different options. You got the plaster and you got the brickwork. Both of them are 16 slots.
Wow.
So,
I mean, that's not terrible.
yeah, it would be a pass for me, though. But,
Yeah, because it's, you know, a Swedish barn, it's going to have a very specific style to it. You know, it's going to fit on this very specific styles and maps and whatnot. So, yeah, that's also another kind of negative for me personally.
Yeah.
Next one we have is the Shadowmonium. Shadowminium. That word. With Workshop. Again, by Patty and Icus. 10.81 megabytes to install. A price point of $80,000. I mean, it's Patty, it's Icus, it's Picus. I like it. I like it. Where can you go wrong with either one of them? Patty and Icus, they do great stuff, and this is no exception. I mean, you've got you know, sleep trigger, repair trigger, you got wardrobe trigger. I mean, yeah, this is awesome. I love it. Love it.
Yeah, and for the repair trigger, and it is repair and repaint.
Ooh, nice.
And the one side is drive through, which is fantastic. Of course, highly detailed, as you can tell. And the American flags on both sides, like in the first screenshot, you see the American flags hanging down.
Mm-hmm.
When you place it down, those will actually blow in the wind,
Oh, no, that's cool.
which is awesome. And all three doors, big doors, are all hydraulic doors, so they go upwards, which is absolutely fantastic. I love this. I absolutely love this mod. It's so highly detailed, looks absolutely fantastic. And I know FS Club calls them by this, and I'm starting to call them by this. Icus and Patty are the king of placeables for American people, I should say.
Yeah. Yep. I could double that. Mm-hmm.
40 slots.
Oh yeah. Now that one doesn't shock me at all. I mean, you look at the fifth screenshot. You look at this one and you see the eagles that are in the window there. You see the clock. You see all the kind of whiteboards and maps and calendars and dressers and plants and coffee table and coffee and bench in the background. Like that. This one screenshot here is every bit of like 10 to 15 slots. I'm just guessing. Like that's a ton of detail all by itself. And then you look at the repair trigger in the back. You got all these kind of chest of drawers, all that stuff for your tools. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then you look at the outside here. You got the two couches on the outside, the trash can, the AC units, you know, the American flags, like you pointed out. I mean, there's tons and tons and tons and tons of detail. And yeah, it doesn't shock me at all.
Yeah, and the flags definitely put it up there too, especially because they blow in the wind. That definitely probably takes up a lot of slots too. So, but
exactly,
to me, it's worth every slot count. So,
well, and that's the thing is when you've got certain mods, certain maps, certain whatevers, you can justify so much if it's that good. Right. And the stuff from Icus and Patty, like they're that good. It's very easy to be able to justify a 40 slot count. It's very easy to justify a high megabyte count. It's very easy to justify whatever the case may be when you got a mod that can just blow that out of the water.
Oh yeah.
All right, the next one we have is the one production to rule them all.
Yes.
This is by Biggins, 13.08 megabytes to download, and this is a production with an internal storage for up to 2,000 pallets. That's right, 35 grand, and we have basically an all-in-one. That's essentially what this boils down to. Is this is a production that is all-in-one, so you're able to do pretty much everything with this production. There's no point for me to even look at a comparable. There's no comparable to this. 35 grand. I mean, it's ridiculously cheap, and it's got a complete universality towards it. So that one, I like it. I think this is cool, but, and it's a big but, 14 megabytes, that's nothing. What my concern is that I don't tend to like these ones personally because they are too powerful. There's too much that this covers. So for that reason alone, it's going to be a pass for me. But again, it is incredible. I will 100% give it its just dues. I like these in theory. In practice, it's not one for me.
I agree, 100%. I mean, I have a couple mods from Biggins installed. This is one I didn't get because I thought that I was like, okay, cool to have one mod to do everything, cool. But for me, on a realistic standpoint, I like to have certain buildings for certain things. So I don't know. It was just a pass for me, honestly. So.
Now, the one nice thing... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say it's 16 slots for it.
So, the one nice thing I will say in regards to production points like this is that because we do have like the renaming system and stuff like that, we could theoretically have one product dedicated for this building and this building alone, and then, name it, that production type kind of thing. So like if you wanted to, have a dairy that is $35,000, well then you can just name this the dairy and then spend 35 grand and just work on dairy products for this. So it's something that you could theoretically put upon yourself. But again, this is one of those where I think it's just too powerful. It's too outside of the scope of realism. So it's just like, even for me, there are bridges that are too far.
Right.
Let's see. Next one we have is the Farm Road by Farmer Bob. 2.37 megabytes to download, $150 to purchase. And again, Will, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but this reminds me of that kind of road adaptation where it's got like the AI traffic splines in it. Is this kind of similar?
No.
It is not. Okay, so then this is just a decoration for like 2 tracks.
So, okay. So the best we can put this, you remember Elma, Missouri in 22, like that one road that's that goes from like the main road and it goes all the way back to like that small wooded area, right?
Yes.
And when you place something really close to it, like you'll see like the ground goes down and then you'll see it like underneath the road. That's basically what this is.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So yeah, this is one of those where it's just basically like a decorative 2-track.
Yeah, and it's 2 slots per section.
Yeah. So for me personally, this is going to be a pass. I like the one that I mentioned before, where it's actually got the AI spline kind of built into it, and you can add the kind of AI spline lane for your workers and stuff. But I mean, I don't know, the need to decorate to this level, like I can just take the painting tool and basically accomplish the same thing. And you can kind of see how the color textures between the grass that the 4th screenshot is showing on the kind of perimeter of this, as opposed to the grass that's in the middle, like that to me kind of stands out. You got the really light green road with the dark green grass on the outer edges there. I don't know, that really kind of stands out. Now, what I will say that I do think is a part of this is the texturing. So you're going to get like the bumps and waves in the road that you would have to manually put into a road network yourself. So that I do like about this, but not enough for me to dedicate the 3 MB to install it.
I agree 100%. It was definitely a pass for me.
Next one we have is the Sauce and Mushrooms production.
That's PC
This is
only.
by what?
Is that PC only?
It says
Oh.
PC, Mac, PS5, and Xbox.
That is weird. Yeah, because when I was writing all these mods down, it said PC and Mac only.
Well, it does have a change log to it. Let's see. Fix missing location entries in XML. Removed MIP maps from icons to fix black background. Updated version in mod script.
Oh, I think I know what happened. So I think originally it was supposed to release for all platforms, and then it released for PC and Mac, and then I think that the Mod Hub team did something that had to do with this version 1.0.0.1 to make it for all platforms, I think. Which
Oh, nice.
which would make sense. So I don't have the slot count for this. I'm sorry, guys, but
How dare you?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you know what?
I'll go install it right now and I'll let you know.
$260,000 to buy, 5.63 MB to install, and we have the ability to make with this tomato puree, tomato pulp, canned tomatoes, tomato sauce, canned oyster mushrooms, enoki mushrooms in oil, and mushroom pate. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 types of output products for this particular one, which is nice. And you can see the kind of breakdown that has. You can see it looks like it has relatively small capacities. It's not like overwhelmingly large. So hopefully that means that the recipes themselves are not overwhelmingly complicated as well. But overall, this is one where for 6 MB to install, you can buy it for 260,000, which is really expensive. I mean, that's up there with the bigger production points, anyways. If you want to add some new flavors with your tomatoes and your mushrooms and stuff, with your garden stuff, this might be a good one for you. But for me personally, I'm trying my best to avoid the productions that add new products to the game. And the reason being is I got burned really hard in FS22, so I'm trying to prevent front loading myself until we start getting more of the late stage maps, like the expansions and stuff that are going to automatically add in, or should theoretically automatically add in different productions and different fill types to the map. And then once we get to that point, then I'll start kind of taking a relook at these kind of productions and kind of going from there. So all in all, it's nice. I like it, but not going to be one that I jump on yet. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. That would definitely be a pass for me. There's only certain stuff I'll download like this. And usually the stuff I usually download is stuff that's already base game. Like the recipes, like nothing really added. Like probably the only thing that I actually have installed that will make something new is dried corn. But that's it. Which we'll get to later on. But the price for this when you sell it isn't bad. So the peak is $5,232 for at least for canned tomatoes.
Oh, wow.
So price isn't bad, but no, I agree. I agree with BDD that the game only allows so many, so at a time. So just be aware. That's all I gotta say.
Let's see. Next one. Actually, I think that's it.
Yep.
That's it for the 23rd. So what is your favorite for the 23rd?
Mine. See, it was a tough one because I had a lot of even ones. But if I really had to pick a top one, then it would be the Shadow Minimium with Workshop from Patty and Icus.
Mine is going to be Daheim by Calais. I just think it was an amazing map. It was very highly detailed and definitely worth a look-see. Let's see. So catching up with the chat here real fast, we've got where was I? I think I left off with Ken saying, BDD, you can't do any better with cars or tractors when driving, LOL. No, no, I can't. Samuel says, hey, BDD, I think the live stream Let's Play Oak Bridge Farm. So that is the next live stream I intend to do. Maybe tomorrow, depending on Giants and if they release any maps or updates. But that is the next live stream that is to be done. Samuel also says, I'm ready for tomorrow morning. Wake up. It's 6:30 drive from Vicksburg to Jackson. New job training test starts at 9:20 a.m. for 3 p.m. in Jackson, Mississippi. Full day. Nice. Nice. Very nice there, bud. Hopefully you have a good time at your new place of employment. Enjoy your training and get stuff done. Says I sleep 5 hours up to 6:30 a.m. Nice. Samuel says, I'm out. Bye. Good night. See you all soon. All right, bud. Well, you take care. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night, and we'll see you again next time. Tomorrow, great, nice, safe work day. Weather safe. Absolutely there, bud. Absolutely. You take care. You got anybody you need to catch up with?
Nope.
All right, next one we have here for the 22nd is Peaceful Acres. This is a North American map by Nesty. It is 93.05 megabytes to install. And again, taking a look at the particulars, let me go see what I wrote down for this one. I think this is, let's see, Peaceful.
No, I did watch this one.
4. I gave this one a 4 out of 5. So if we take a look at this one. So I'm trying to remember this one. Oh, that's right. I do remember this one. So this one was very interesting. So you had to purchase the periphery. If I remember correctly, it was either Jody or it was Ken. Keep me honest out there, fellas. If it was either one of you, correct me if I'm wrong, but you had to buy the periphery in order to own the farm land that the farm sits on. So it was that was kind of an interesting little tidbit for this particular map. But the kind of main road that leads to the farm itself was very interesting. If you're going anything above, starting speeds, then yeah, you're basically gonna roll over pretty quickly. So it's one of those where you're not gonna want to go flying around the corners on that starting road really quickly. It's gonna not work out for you. Now, what was wild about this map was there was so much of it that was wide open, but even though it was wide open, it wasn't like flat or anything like that. So there was enough undulations to kind of keep things interesting. But at the same time, because it was so wide open, the limitations of the game kind of present themselves. So you're getting that kind of rendering circle that you can see. I just realized I'm on the wrong camera. So yeah, it's one of those where the rendering circle is just like very prevalent. So it's one of those where I gave it a 4. I like it. I think it's interesting. The undulations, the color palette was nice, but it's one of those that I wish there was a bit more kind of goings-on on the map to kind of draw your eye away from that rendering circle. That you just can't get away with it. And you can't get away from it when you have these large maps that have large fields and wide open, unbroken sight lines. So all in all, it's nice. It's above average. But there are some things that I think need to kind of not necessarily be addressed, but need to be kind of looked at. What do you think there, Will?
I passed on it. I mean, I don't know. It didn't really strike me to be like play me, basically. I mean, there are some maps that pop out, like Elma, for a prime example. In Missouri, it's like, oh man, I've been waiting for this. Like, it's so super nice. I don't know. I took a look at this. I mean, even when I watched your map tour on it, it definitely seemed like something that I was not going to be interested in. So it's a pass for me.
All right, next one we have is Sabuchevo by Grainiac, 505.56 megabytes to install. And if I remember this one, I did enjoy this one as well. Let me double check that just real quick before I see. 4.5 out of 5 is what I gave this one. Yes, this one I did enjoy because, again, a very highly detailed map, and it's just got that nice kind of undulations and color palette. It did have the flowers, you can see the reds and the pinks that are prevalent on the map in certain areas. But again, like the areas that were built up around this map were just absolutely gorgeous. So again, it didn't take up the full 2x by 2x, platform that's available to it, but the way the road network is, it did make it feel larger than what it actually is. But I don't know, there's just something special about this that really kind of spoke to me. Again, the color palette, the undulations, um, those things are very highly important, but the details is what really kind of set it off. You can see in the what is this, the fifth screenshot here, you got all the kind of built ups on the side of the road here. You got the kind of tall buildings, the fence lines. Let's see, let me see if I can find something else. You got the beautiful pond area that when you stumble across this, that was really nice. I love the kind of two tracks that were available throughout the map, going in between the fields and whatnot. It just, again, it really just kind of spoke to me, and I enjoyed it. What did you think of it?
Well, I mean, no required mods. That's a big plus. It looked absolutely fantastic. I did recognize that it wasn't a full 2x by 2x. It wasn't a standard map size. It was smaller. But definitely to see 13 new crop types: rye, triticale, spelt, alfalfa, clover, mustard, buckwheat, flax, green rye, corn for silage, rye with vetch, fieldgrass, mustard for catch crop. I think that was absolutely fantastic to see that. I'm like, ooh, nice. So, I mean, and any map that A has no required mods, but also has, I mean, as soon as I see alfalfa, clover, and corn for silage, it's like, oh, I'm gonna take a look at it. I mean, if you want to use small equipment, yes, by all means go for this. But if you like to use like big, like 18-meter cedars and stuff like that, this is not a map for you. So, but it is very, very highly detailed though.
It definitely reminds me of like that Polish style map. The kind of the way that the farms and the fields are kind of laid out themselves, like they're the very small, narrow fields, very like rectangular-ish in shapes. You do get some of them that kind of buck that trend, but for the most part, you're getting small rectangular style fields that kind of work themselves into, you know, the map themselves. Not only that, but Will was pointing out how there's all those additional crop types, but there's also things like blueberries, blueberry cakes. So there's different production points that are available. OSB board, wood pellets that are on here. But one thing that I thought was really cool is you could have the ability to obtain straw when harvesting sorghum, corn, canola, and soybeans. And you also get a new type of straw from the flax. So you get flax straw, which can be used at the spinning mill. So all those different products that are available on this, it does add a different kind of zest and flavor to the map.
Yeah.
Which is, again, just one additional reason to play it. It's a nice map. So not only is it a nice, gorgeous, beautiful looking map. That was the other thing too that really kind of stunned me is like everything was custom. So there was like a little destruction yard that was available. It's like where you could buy your lime and crush your stones and do all that stuff. But it was all like custom built and everything was just like built up. And if I remember correctly, I'm trying to think back to the 22nd when I did this. The map maker made a bunch of custom audio tracks, so the people around town were talking. but it was all in a foreign language. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what they were saying.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I like those little hints of detail, those little like flavor nuggets that are a part of maps like this.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's see. Next one we have here is the Massey Ferguson 5650. This is a harvester made by Holtz FS and Wagner Gia Yes, Mosey. Wagner Mosey. There we go. 61.91 megabytes to install. We have a horsepower of 180, $45,000 to buy, 5,000 liter capacity. We also had the cutter header in this for 9,800 and a corn header for 11,500 and the header trailer for $2,800. Number one, 62 megabytes. That's a rough sell for me. That's really hard for me. And then we take a look at our kind of base comparables. Let's see. Where, oh, where? There it is. So we do have the Massey Ferguson 8570 base game. So if we take a look, that's going to be our closest comparable. We got a horsepower of 250, $104,500 to purchase this, and then 8,000 liter capacity. So again, taking a look at the mod here, $45,000 to buy. That's about half the price. You're talking about 55-ish grand, actually close to 60 grand savings right off the bat. So that's nice. 5,000 liter capacity for the mod as opposed to 8,000 liters. So yeah, you're saving quite a bit of money, but you're also missing out on 3,000 liter capacity. So that's kind of a downside. But then you're taking a look at your kind of your cutting bars and all that stuff. $30,000 for the base game cutting bar as opposed to this one at 9,800. So you're going to save quite a bit of money with this. But the only other problem is 62 megabytes. That's a lot of megabytes to install. But again, you get this kind of unique style where it's got the open cab or the closed cab. You get a bunch of different styles. You get a bunch of different like tire options and stuff like that. It's nice. There are a lot of things that are nice about this, but at the end of the day, 62 megabytes, I think I'd probably just move on, look for something else, especially because of how small this is. It is a small harvester. Will, what do you think?
I definitely agree. It is, I mean, if you're starting out small, if you like Massey Ferguson, by all means, like it looks fantastic.
Well, I'll be right back.
Like it absolutely looks fantastic, especially because you can have it like just with the roof. You can have a cabin. So you can have it, no. So you have it just completely cabless. So you have a roof, or you can have a full cabin. The duals look absolutely fantastic on it. That I will say. For me personally, this would be a pass. Only because of that. So, I mean, it's very, very highly detailed, though, that I will say. Very, very highly detailed. So,
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, so this would be a pass for me. It's very, very highly detailed. Very. But the megabyte storage,
You still on the Massey?
yeah.
Yeah.
So the combine itself is 21 slots. The normal grain header is 5 slots. The corn header is 4 slots, and the trailer is 2 slots. So
Yeah, I mean, overall, it's you can see where the details are. You can see where the megabytes are coming from. It's just, is it worth it? And I struggle to say yes. So that's why I'm just going to be like, okay, I'm just going to pass on it. Now, I do like the tracks. Anytime you see a harvester with these style of tracks, I think that's absolutely ridiculously cool. I like that. But again, not cool enough for 62 megabytes. Next one we have is the Kloss Tryon 700. This is a harvester made by Geft 25, 46.93 megabytes to install, $329,000 to purchase, and a minimum horsepower of 367, capacity minimum of 10,500, and yeah, we got us a nice little harvester here. If we take a look at our harvesters in base game, probably the closest one we're gonna get is all right, the Case Axle Flow 7150. That is a starting price of $301,500 and a capacity of 10,570 liters. Horsepower requirement or horsepower of 449. So again, looking at the mod here, $329,220. So already you're about 29-ish grand, 28-ish grand higher than the base game one. Horsepower for the Kloss here is 367 starting, as opposed to the 449 for the Case. Again, so more expensive and less power. And then capacities, 10,500 for the mod, as opposed to 10,570. So more expensive, less power, less capacity. So all that plus a near 47 megabyte install. I'm going to pass on this one.
I agree. I mean, I absolutely love the Burn Kloss. It's my second favorite brand. This was a pass for me, though. I mean, I think it's a Tryon by Giant Software that's out too, as well. And it's but it comes with a corn header though. So.
Hey, Will, just so you know, you're starting to cut in and out pretty bad.
Am I?
I think so.
Huh.
I mean, you might have been pausing, but it sounded like the mic was cutting in and out.
Is that better now?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So overall, this would be a pass for me. For anyone wondering, it is 21 slots. So.
Gotcha. Next one we have is the Kloss Vario 680 930 pack. This is a bunch of grain headers by Rival, 98.38 megabytes to install. And we've got the 680, the 770, and the 930, including a header trailer. So the 680 is 57,000 at 6.8 meter working width. 770 is 7.7 meters. And would you know, the 930 is 9.3 meter working width. And the corresponding prices of 57,000, 63,000, and 74,000. So if we take a look at our comparables, we've got, let's see, starting with the 680. Let's start with that one. That is 6.8 meters. So closest one we're going to have is the Kloss Vario 620. That is a 6.2 meter. So this is basically going to kind of fill the gap in your Kloss range here, because we do get up to the Convario Flex 1080 for 10.8 meters. So yeah, you're basically, this pack is basically what you're intending to have for the Kloss brand for Vario from this point up, is essentially what this pack is. And it's going to range in price accordingly. So you can see here the closest one, 52,000, the smallest one for the mod is 57,000. So again, it's pretty much in line with the pricing scale. If you want a Kloss harvester header that's going to be, filling in the Kloss range, nearly 100 megabytes, that's way too much for me. I'm going to be a hard pass because of that, but it is going to fill that gap. So if you can justify it to yourself, then hey, this is going to be one for you.
Well, I agree. I said I love Kloss, but for a couple headers, for 3 headers and a header trailer, almost 100 megabytes, forget it. Now, I mean, if it was like a whole pack, kind of like what Hispano does sometimes, like with like their Macdown header pack, it came with multiple, was it like 8 different headers? including like header trailers and all their options and everything. Like, yeah, that I could see being high megabyte, but this, no. Real quick, yeah. So there's so starting from the smallest one, working up to the biggest one, you got 15 slots, 14, 13, and then for the header trailer, it's 3. They're very highly detailed. They definitely look highly detailed. The one thing that I wanted to wait till we got to this mod for, but from the last day mods that we went over, the class Tryon 660 530 pack, right?
Yeah, you're definitely breaking up there, bud. I missed the last bit you were saying.
All right. So what I said though is that the previous day mods that we went over for the class Tryon 660 530 pack.
Sorry, bud. You're missing out. You're breaking up bad.
Can anyone hear me?
Can hear you? Yep.
Okay. I don't know why I'm breaking it out, but that's weird. Yeah, so the previous day mods that we were talking about, right?
Okay.
The class Tryon 660 and 530 pack. It doesn't say it, but these headers are a required mod. They immediately download when you go to install that. So.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
So. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's cutting it out. So.
Yeah, no clue. All right, the next one we have is the John Deere 6030 Comfort Series. This is a medium tractor by DB Modding, 33.48 megabytes to install. We have a starting price of $90,000, starting horsepower of 125 horses, and we do get several model ranges ranging from the 6530 at 125 horsepower, going all the way up to the 6930 chip tuning for 185 horses. Let's see, we do get several configuration mods and whatnot, but 34 megabytes to install. Man, right off the bat, that's going to be a real hard sell for me. But let's take a look, at our closest comparables here under medium tractors. Again, we're starting with a range, what is that, 125 horses. So, really, right off the bat, that's going to be the smallest power band that we have here for the medium tractors. This is medium? Yeah, medium tractor. So, closest one is going to be the Massey Ferguson 7S. So you can see here, $149,500 to start, 155 horsepower at the minimum range. So if we take a look, the price of $90,000 is actually not that bad. You're saving about 60 grand right off the bat, but you're losing out on about 30 horsepower. So is that 60 grand worth the 30 horses? Maybe. And then, I don't know. This one here for 34 megabytes, it's nice. It looks good, but probably going to be a pass for me. Because again, it looks like you're getting those like opening doors, opening windows and stuff. And that's going to be what's driving up that file size. And again, it's not a feature that's so important to me that I have to have it for my tractors. So yeah, it's one of those, it might be a big savings at 60 grand, but you're also getting a much weaker tractor for the size of it. So all in all, it's going to be a pass for me.
Love it. John Deere. Love it. I'm actually using this on one of the farms that I have. It's very highly detailed. Like extremely highly detailed, which is fantastic. DB modding makes a lot of good mods. It's only 17 slots.
It's not bad.
No.
Not bad at all. All right, next one we have is the Case IH Magnum 7200 Pro Series. This is a medium tractor by Gens M and is 26.48 megabytes to install. $97,000 to start out with. power range or power starting of 170 horsepower goes up to 306, which that's a pretty big range. And yeah, this one is really nice. I like this one. It's just over that 25 megabyte cap that I tend to look out for, but you get a ton of different options with this one as well. You can see in the final screenshot here, number 5, you get the various tire configurations, color configurations, you get the front loader, attachment, the whole 9 yards. Now, again, taking a look at the closest comparable, it's going to be, again, I do think, let's see, I don't think it's necessarily fair to compare it to the Challenger or the Agco White or the Fiat. So probably going to be closest comparable to, oh, here we go, the Zadar Crystal HD. $130,000 to purchase this and 171 horsepower. Well, again, $97,000 to purchase, so you're saving right off the bat about $33,000, and you're only missing 1 horsepower for that savings. So, all in all, I like it, and it's high on the megabytes for it, but I would install this. This is one that I would install.
I love this one. There's actually 2 other versions of this on the Mod Hub right now, but this is my favorite one. It's very highly detailed, which is fantastic. It runs great. There's not much I can really say about it. There's a lot more options to it, which is nice. It's only 15 slots. So
that's not bad. Not bad indeed.
Not bad at all.
Next one we have is the Ponzi Harvester Pack by HR Frost and Versorgbau. 90.62 megabytes to install. We have things such as the Cobra for $435,000, the Ergo 6-wheel for first one was $435,000, this one is $430,000, the Ergo 8-wheel for $455,000, the 8-wheel active frame for $465,000, the Scorpion King. First one was good.
Second one was horrible.
Anyways,
third one just
going with that.
Third one just they shouldn't even made it.
Scorpion King for $485,000, and the Alpine Synchro Winch for let's just say 15 grand. It is a winch, so it is attachable to the tree harvesters here. All in all, this is gonna be a pass for me right off the bat. I don't invest heavily enough into the whole forestry category to make 100 megabytes worth the install size. And then you do get the whole Ponzi lineup here, as you can see, the Cobras, the Ergos, and the Scorpion King, and you get a winch to go along with it. All in all, it's not important enough for me to install. But if you like Ponzi, if you like this whole set pack, let me back up. It's a nice looking pack. HR Frost and Versorgbau, they specialize in forestry kit, and they do a fantastic job with it. They do an absolutely amazing job.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not invested in forestry enough for this to be worth it. So that's what I'm intending to say. Great mods, great models, just not for me.
I agree. Definitely not for me either. In the second to last screenshot, you can actually store your chainsaw, which I think is pretty nice on there. No, highly detailed as usual from HR Forest. Very highly detailed for everything. The slot count's high. I'll put it that way.
Oh yeah.
So for the Cobra, it's 31 slots. For the Ergo 6-wheel, it's 32 slots. For the Ergo 8-wheel, it's 31 slots. For the Ergo 8-wheel active frame, it's 31 slots. For the Scorpion King, 26 slots. And then for the Alpine Synchro winch, It's 3 slots. So, and the winch, I did write this down. It could pull up to 60 tons. So,
Wow.
so
See, where was this pack when I was over on Riverbend and I accidentally cut a tree outside of the map boundary? Did you see that in one of my videos?
no.
So I did a Let's Play on Riverbend Springs, and we ended up buying a piece of property that was off to the eastern side of the map. And it was a big, like, open grass field with a bunch of trees that kind of were around the outer perimeter. And one of the trees that it allowed me to cut was actually on the outside border, so you couldn't walk to it.
Oh,
And the
geez.
problem was is that I didn't have any equipment that could reach it because you can't get beyond that kind of invisible wall. And the whole rest of the series, there was a dead tree that was just standing there, that was cut down. It was cut. It was just standing because it couldn't fall. It was basically stuck, and I didn't have a winch strong enough to be able to connect to it to try and pull it out of the periphery, kind of thing. So if I had this, maybe I would have been able to get it out of there. So the fun stuff that you deal with here in Farming Simulator. Moving on, we got the Lizard Road Rage by Vectorman, 4.77 megabytes to install, horsepower of 460 horses, and $60,000 to buy. It's a Mustang. This is a in-game version of the Mustang, and is going to be one that I pass on.
I agree. I mean, we already got one by just farming, but that one you can open up the doors and everything on. Good note. The calipers and brake things don't go wee 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 when you drive. So
Calipers and brake things don't go what?
wee wee wee. They don't spin like in just farming's version.
Oh. Gotcha. Okay, that makes. I thought it was like, when you press the brakes, they play a siren. Like, what's going on here?
Me personally, I think it could be a little bit more detailed, but that's just me. I mean, it's only 4 slots, so there's that.
Yeah, unfortunately, when I'm playing the game, if I'm buying a vehicle, I want to have some sort of utility to it, and you're not going to be able to take pallets in this. You're not going to be able to do anything besides drive this.
Right.
So it just, to me, doesn't make functional sense. So that's why it's kind of an automatic kind of dismissal for me.
Well, it's an automatic dismissal for me because last time I checked, this was Farming Simulator, not Gran Turismo.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next one we have is The Rake by Blodzigo, and a Tarovsky. 6.83 megabytes to install, and this is a windrower for $20. You can go wandering by and windrowing loose grass.
1 meter at a time.
All in all, 1 meter at a time. A whopping 1 meter. It's going to be a pass. It's going to be a hard pass for me. This is one where this is almost like with such immersion to the game that it almost makes the game not fun, if that makes sense. Like, there is a limit to realism where you can cross the line of this is so realistic that it's work. I know that sounds weird, but think about it. Like, you have a mod like this, right? It's like, okay, I'm gonna rake the grass at 1 meter. It's like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go out in my own yard and rake the grass at that point. Like, no. Now, here's the thing: $20, not bad. 7 megabytes for a rake. That's a struggle for me. Like normally my cutoff is 25 megs for any mod. This one here is going to be a hard cutoff because of like 7 megabytes for a 1 meter rake. So that's how I feel about it. What do you think?
Oh, it's a hard pass for me. Plus, also when you try to go forwards, your guy does like a weird like dancey dance. So
A dancey dance?
yeah, so it's like you start going forwards and then your guy will like spin around and like you'll be like breaking backwards, but your guy will be facing forwards, kind of. And it, like his one arm will be completely like twisted around like someone like dejointed his arm in like 15 places.
Just trying to do his best Michael Jackson impersonation.
And he does the moonwalk too, which I think is funny when he's trying to do that. And the rake itself is 7 slots, which I think is a bit high for this. But
Yeah. Next one we have is the Randon Bulk Road Train by Farm Centro Sol. There's 37.99 megabytes to install. So we've got the first set for 18,000, 70,000, 88, or $158,000. Or we have a bale transport with the capacity of 22 and 48,000 apiece. I mean, overall, at what was it, 38 megabytes? That's again a hard pass for me for a set of trailers, but they are nice. I do like the Randon style that these have because they're the low profile trailers, so they're not going to need like a big facility to pull into. You're going to be able to pull into a low tipping facility. It's one of these side dump trailers. So these like little side skirts open up. It's nice. It does have an appeal, and it does do the train, which again, very nice because you get a good amount of capacity for these. All in all, like I said, it's going to be a pass simply because that's a lot for a trailer.
Yeah.
And again, looking at that kind of price per 1,000, see, the thing is, I'm not quite sure because I don't have this actually installed, but it says $18,000, and then it does like bale transport configurations for 22,000 and 48,000 liter capacity. Like, I don't know which is like what's the capacities for these. So I don't know if it's like a bad price per thousand or anything along those lines. But again, hard stop at nearly 40 megabytes for a set of trailers.
no, I agree. I do have to say the trailers are very highly detailed though, like very highly detailed, which is nice.
100%.
Now I can say, so the $18,000 one. They don't say this here. Well, basically, so you have 4 different sections. So you can buy just the bulk semi trailer, which is 14 slots. You can buy just a dolly, which is 12 slots. You can buy a bulk trailer, which is like the rear part, basically, which is 26 slots. And then you have the road train, which is 27 slots. So that's the full thing. So you can either buy the front piece, the dolly, or the rear piece that has like a hitch thing that it can drop down, or the full thing. So, which the 48,000, I believe, is the capacity for the full road train. So,
Yeah, so if the full road train is the $158,000 price and you're only getting $48,000, you're talking a near, 3-to-1 ratio when it comes to price per 1,000. So you're talking nearly $3,000 per 1,000 liters.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane, the price. So yeah, that would be another reason for a hard pass.
Right.
Let's see. Next one we have here is the Fendt Tego pack. This is a set of forage wagons by Paul, period, and is 40.97 megabytes to install. We've got things such as the, let's see, the Tego 65 XRD, $132,000 flat, 180 horsepower required, and 38,000 liter capacity. We got the 75 XRD for $141,000, 200 horsepower, and 44,000 liters to capacity. The 90 XRD, 154,000, 230 horsepower, and 50,000 liter capacity. 100 XRD, 165,000, 250 horsepower, and 54,000 liter capacity. So basically, we get a pretty decent range of the Fendt Tegos. So again, taking a look at the closest in-game comparable, we have the, well, turns out we have already the Fendt Tego 75 XRD base game. As you can see here, $141,000 to buy, same price. The horsepower for the base game only is requiring 150, to where the one that is modded is 200, and the capacities for the base game is 40,500 as opposed to the modded 44,000. So for the same price, you get an extra 3,000 liters. Oh, almost 3,000. It's like 2,500. But I mean, 41 megabytes to install. You get pretty much the same exact trailer in one, and you get an additional 2 other trailers going up to 50 and 54,000 liter capacities. I mean, overall, the 54,000 liter capacity one, that one's nice because you can see here in the base game, $165,000 to purchase that one, as opposed to again $165,000 for the modded one. And yeah, the base game requires 300 as opposed to 250 for the modded one, but the base game one is 49,500 as opposed to the modded 54,000. So you did get a bigger capacity for them across the board for the price points that you're getting, but overall 41 megabytes, hard pass.
I agree. I agree with that 100%. They look fantastic. They're also extremely highly detailed. There's no doubt about that. It's by Paul, period, which he makes a lot of his conversions, but he makes a lot of highly detailed stuff. Starting from the top here. So for the Tego 65, that's 12 slots. For the Tego 75, that's 11 slots. For the Tego 90, that's 12 slots. And then for the Tego 100, that's 12 slots. So not too bad on the slot count for these.
No, not at all. All right, next one we have is the Lizard Trailer Pack. This is created by Matt26. We have a trailer that is $12,000 and 12,000 liter capacity. That is the BB12 CHBB12. And then we have the BB14, we'll just call it the BB14, for $16,000 and 15,000 liters. So you had that 1-to-1, $1,000 per 1,000 liter capacity for the original trailer, the BB12, but the BB14, just a little bit more than that. So it kind of falls out of sync for that. 24 megabytes to install. I mean, overall, these look really good. They look really sharp. Got a lot of detail into them, a lot of weathering effects to them. Me personally, 24 megabytes for these, that's a bit high for me. So this would be one I'm going to skip past. If this was slightly less in the file size, I would not only would I consider getting it, I would get this.
What is a pass for me? I do agree. They're very high detailed. There's actually 4 trailers in this pack, though. So you have one capacity so you got the 12 and the 12, but you got the BB and the CHBB. So you got the 12,000, then the 21,000. The exact same thing for both 14s. Thankfully, it was easy enough to write these down because each one of them is 4 slots. So, and for
You're breaking back up again there, bud.
so there's 4 of them in a pack, and each one of them is 4 slots, which kind of surprises me.
Nice.
So,
Next one here, we have the FLLI.
Dig 75.
Yeah, there you go. Wow. This is a grape tool by Zeophycus Andrea. Wow. 7.9 megabytes to install. Price point of $12,000. 7,500 liter capacity. 75 horsepower required. What is this?
This is
Is this a slurry spreader?
yes, for your vineyards.
Aha! I see. That's actually kind of interesting.
Something different.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever had a slurry spreader for
No.
our vineyards.
And
That's
I do want to say though real quick that that when you go to unfold this, there's actually a pin area. So in the fourth screenshot, like you see where the PTOs, like where the trailer hitches, like right at the end of the PTO on the trailer, if you go right down, there's actually a couple pins there that will pop out when you unfold it, and that basically will kind of almost extend it, but be able to like make it so then when you turn, you can turn really sharply with it.
nice.
So,
I mean, overall, 8 megabytes to install. I'm not a big, grape or olives guy, so it's one of those that this would be a pass for me. But I do like that this is something that has yet to be introduced into the game before. Being able to throw out, slurry as a, fertilizer for your crops, that's pretty cool. So I will give them a big, kudos for the innovation.
oh, I agree. It's something different for your grapes, which is absolutely fantastic. It's only 5 slots too, so
Not bad.
and it's very highly detailed.
Next one we have is the Kverneland DF2. This is a cedar made by Baron Gamers and is 54.27 megabytes to download. We have the price point of $65,000, 260 horsepower required, and a 6-meter working width. The front hopper is $19,000 and 2,000 liter capacity. So taking a look at our comparables here, we've got the cedar. Let's see, this is a 6-meter working width. Oh, it's going to be the K brand HR 6040 RCS BTFR 6030. $90,000 to purchase this, 6-meter working width, and 300 horsepower. So taking a look at the mod here, we've got a price point of $65,000. So you're going to have already a savings of, what is that, $25,000. Horsepower requirement, 260 for the mod as opposed to the 300, so you're saving 40 horses, and same exact working width. All in all, for 55 horsepower, or 55 megabytes, no. Like, hard pass on this one, even though you're saving quite a bit, both in the power and in the price, it's just 55 megabytes. That's too much. Too much.
Also, Hispano brought out a version of this as well. The exact same thing, front tank and the rear cedar. So,
Oh, wow.
the two. Very highly detailed. Looks fantastic. So the front tank is 7 slots, and the cedar's 27 slots. So, and this is a direct drill back here too. So,
Oh, that's nice.
which is super, super nice.
Very. All right. Next one we have is the Hauer Equipment Pack. This is by Agrar Design Austria, 7.53 megabytes to install. We've got several bits of equipment here: a round bale grab, a silage bale grab, a log shield, and log fork. Starting out with, let's see, $3,550 for your, what is that? The round bale grab. The silage grab is $1,890. The log shield is $3,040. And the, what was that last one? Log fork. That's the last one. $5,030. All in all, these are nice looking bits of equipment, but it's going to be a pass for me simply because, I mean, we've got all these in base game. These are just basically tagged front loader equipment. It's basically just branded. So for me personally, I'm just going to stick with the stuff we got in base game.
They look absolutely fantastic though.
100%.
Yeah, ADA or Agri Design Austria, they make really good stuff. For me, be pass. I don't really use front loaders that often. Yeah. So literally, it's literally the way you see it, like the way you write it off. So you have the bell grabber for starting. So literally, it goes right down the list like the way it is. So you got 2 slots, 3 slots, 2 slots, 2 slots. So they're not very high on the slot count for these. So
No, not bad at all. Next one is the MX Pack. This is front loader tools by Hard Modding Nico Picks and Universe Simu Modding. 75.06 megabytes to install, and we get a whole bunch of tools, a bunch of them in this pack. So not going to go through each and every one of them, but we'll see the kind of screenshots as they slide on by. Overall, all these tools, 76 megabytes, hard pass. Hard pass. There's nothing here that's going to make me be like, okay, I've got to have this pack just right off the bat. I mean, you get bale grabbers, you get buckets, you get, all sorts of different stuff. And that's great. That's fantastic. It's just most of the stuff we already got in base game, and it's just branded, equipment. So I'm going to save the near 80 megabytes to install it and put it towards something else.
I agree. In the second screenshot, you can see everything that comes with it. There are actually 2 forge mixers in here, which is nice that you can attach to the front, which is super, super nice. But it's definitely not worth just for that, for this. So, like I said, I don't really use front loader stuff. And literally, the slot counts are all over the place. You got 5, 7, 6, 6, 2s, 3s, 4s. Mainly 2s, though. A lot of them are just 2s. Like, I would, if I was sitting here, I'd probably spend the next 3 minutes just saying off all the slot counts. So, but yeah, basically there's only one that's 5, which is a front loader. You got a 7, you got a couple 6s, you got a couple 3s, a couple 4s, but a huge majority of them are 2s. So, I mean,
Not bad.
If you like it, you like it.
Next one we have is the Stoll Front Loader Pack. This is by Assassin TV2 and Dean Blackley. 10.33 megabytes to install, and again, we get a whole bunch of different equipment. We got, actually looks like, 2 maybe?
Yeah, only 2.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, okay. So the FZ30 for $5,040 and I believe that's a power requirement of 90 to start to 120. The FZ60, $8,000 and 150 to 230. So this one, I actually like this because you can get the kind of branded styles of the Stoll. You can see like the case as well as the New Holland branding, but you can also get just a straight up Stoll as well. So it's nice, but 11 megabytes, I'm just going to use one of the base game front loaders. Like, I don't need the branding that badly to install it for 11 megabytes.
I agree. And as per usual, I mean, even just as like the previous one, the MX pack, Like this one and that one, very highly detailed, even for front loaders and stuff like that. I don't really use front loaders, so it'd be a pass for me. I'll just use base game if I use anything at all. And both of them are 3 slots, so I mean, yeah, I mean you're not really gonna use up a whole lot of slot space. So
Yeah. Let's see. Next one again. Wait, did I?
no, there's another stall one.
Yeah, there's another one. Huh. The Stoll Front Loader GTA Xylon Pack. Again by Assassin TV2 and Dean Blackie. 17.2 megabytes to install. And we have, what is it? Another 2 front loaders. We got the FC30 for the Fent GTA, $5,400. And the FC60 for the Fent Xylon, and $8,000 for that one. It's the FarmCon 24 Fent pack is required. So you can see here on the screenshots, these are the ones that came out from Giant Software. So these are just kind of in addition to. I don't have these tractors and don't intend to having them, so I'm just going to be a pass on this one.
I agree. And like I said before, they look fantastic. They look very highly detailed. I mean, if you have that pack and you want to use a front loader and you don't want to use Giants, there you go. I guess there's another option right there for you. So the GTA one is 6 slots and the Xylon's 5 slots. So a little bit higher in the slot count than the previous, but not too bad though. So
not bad at all. Next one we have is the Net Holder PM. This is a baling miscellaneous and is created by Rick Black, label TWD modding, and private 0.59 megabytes to install. And this is basically a net film twine holder. Has a capacity of 6 net film rolls or 18 twine spools. $1,100. I like these. I think that these are very useful for when you're doing big baling contracts or big baling jobs out in the field somewhere, and you need to be able to refill on the fly. I think that's really cool. And for less than a megabyte, absolutely sign me up for this one.
yeah, it's not bad at all. I mean, I wouldn't really say highly detailed because there's not really that much to it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it looks good, but I wouldn't really go off and say it's highly detailed. And at first, I actually thought that was a Rick Black label, but it's actually Rick Black label, which I thought was kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
So, but I mean, this is a pass for me. I already have the one I really like installed. So, I mean, if you like this one, go for it. It's literally one slot. So, you're not using up very much space there for that.
Oh, not at all. All right, the next one we have is the Old U.S. Chicken Coop by Icus. This is 0.85 megabytes to install, and we have room for 100 chickens, $2,000 to purchase. Love it. Absolutely love this. It's a nice, simple, straightforward chicken coop. It's got the nice little, miniature red barn that's inside the coop itself, little feeding area, and, all that stuff. Eggs will spawn. It's fantastic. I think, again, Icus does such a fantastic job, and here we go again. This one's no different.
Yeah. Love it. Absolutely love it. I haven't installed it. I actually have it on my one game save. You cannot expand the fence on it though. So when you place it down, that's all it is. Very highly detailed on it though.
Yep.
6 slots for this. That's it.
That's not bad. Not bad. Considering all the detail that's here,
Yeah.
it's not bad at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next one we have is the Long Chicken Barn. This is by Dudek and Dudek112 and Barney. 15.64 megabytes to install. Holds 500 chickens for $60,000. So not too shabby. For 16 megabytes and you have room for 500 chickens, I'm okay with this one. I like this one a lot, actually. And you take a look, it's got some good details to it. It's got a little bit of feed storage up in the front there. We've got just the long hallway for the chickens themselves, and then these eggs will spawn on the back end of it. It's nice. Like it's a basic design, but not a basic mod. It's nice. I like this.
It it's not bad. The one I do like, I mean, it holds more than 500 chickens, but it's the one by VX Mapping. Which I really like a lot. If I often use one that holds a lot of chickens. This one's not bad either. It is very highly detailed though, especially with the plaster on the wall, all the walls.
Yep.
And everything very highly detailed. 22 slots.
It's not bad.
No.
Next one we have is the AGI Grain Dryer. This is a production site by Celebuki, 19.54 megabytes to install. And we have a price point of $300,000 for the actual like dryer itself. Then we got the propane station, which is kind of attached to this for $5,000. We have a cell station for $5,000. We've got a couple of trailers in this as well. The MKS8 for 8,000 liters, 25,000, and the MKS32, 32,000 liters for 90,000. The reason that those are in there is because they will take the product of propane that you'll be able to then take to the actual production site itself in order to use the dryer. So all in all, 20 megabytes to install. Love this. Absolutely love it. And again, Celebuki doing a fantastic job that Celebuki does.
And yeah, it looks absolutely it's very highly detailed. Love it. Plus, when you turn it on, you can actually see the smoke come up. I thought that was awesome. That's one thing I absolutely love about it. So the inputs, you can do wheat, barley, oats, corn, canola, soybeans, sorghum, and sunflowers. And basically, you get dried out for all those. Each cycle, so it's 50 liters per, so it's like 50 corn to 3 propane. You get 44 to 45 dried. And then it is 1.5 million liters per crop, which I think is fantastic. Then the propane station is actually, if you go to the third screenshot, that's what it is right there. So you pull up there, buy your propane, and then you drive over to the propane tanks on the side of the silo. That's where you put it in. And then you do have, it does come with a selling station, which is in the second screenshot here. I have this placed down on my map, and there is one sell point that will take it. So you don't even really need to put this down, but you can. I did. And then of course you got both trailers, so which is not awful. I love this mod, absolutely do. It's worth the 20 megabytes if you ask me.
I can't say as I disagree with you.
Both trailers, I think were 4 slots each, which is not awful. The dryer itself is 10 slots with the smoke effect. 10 slots.
That's not bad. Not bad at all.
That's the propane station, which is in the third screenshot here. That's 11 slots. And then the cell point itself is 6 slots. So, not bad at all.
No. Nope, not at all. Let's see. Next one we have is the Dutch Shed Pack by DMI20M in Normandy. 27.64 megabytes to install. A price point of $125,000 for the 22 by 30. Looks like we got the machine shed with workshop for $125,000 as well, or the modern shed for $30,000. So you can choose from multiple configurations of each of those. And yeah, all in all, this is going to be a hard pass for me. 28 megabytes for a couple of sheds, and it's that kind of like Dutch kind of inspired style. So again, it's going to fit on very specific maps. The map that we discussed earlier would fit perfectly with this particular pack, but again, not one that I'm going to go rushing out to download.
Yeah.
Will, I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. This would be a hard pass for me as well. It's exactly like what BGD said. You definitely have to have a certain kind of map for this. I mean, you just can't place these out in American. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but it just wouldn't look right. So, there's that. They're very highly detailed, though. I'll put it that way. Very, very, very highly detailed. So, there's not really much to say about that. I know that the slot counts for the shed number 1 is 11 slots. For the shed number 2, it's 6 slots, and for the workshop, it's only 7. So it's not awful for slot counts either. Where'd the BDD go? We're getting closer to the end for this other day. We still got a decent amount for the 21st too. So. All right.
Will, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, cool. Where were we?
So I literally just finished saying that the Dutch shed pack. So the first shed's 11 slots, the second shed's 6 slots, and the workshop's 7. So.
Ooh. Got back just in time.
Oh.
Moving on to the large hay shed by AW Modding ABP team. 5.12 megabytes to install, and we have a $24,000 price point. So we've got room for, wow, 4,000 bales or pallets. Holy smokes, that is massive. For $24,000,
Yeah.
sign me up all day, all night for less than 6 megabytes to install. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. Love it. That's holds 4,000. That's bales and pallets, which is fantastic. I mean, the one thing I do want to say is, I mean, it is detailed, but it's not extremely highly detailed. I mean, it does have like a rust effect to it, I guess, if you want to put it that way. It could be something else. I mean, it is only 4 slots though, so there's that.
It's one of those, though, that the building style is so quote-unquote basic, and I, again, don't mean that in a bad way. It's like simple. It's keep it simple, stupid. You know, it's one of those where it's so basic that it doesn't necessarily have to be detailed, if that makes sense.
Right.
All right, next one we have is the Metal Haylofts by Martin's CZ, and is 14.74 megabytes to install. We've got several in this one. So we've got the small loft for $40,000, capacity of 23, is that 2.3 million? 1, 2, 3, no, 230,000. Medium is 60,000 and 330,000. The large is 80,000 and 430,000. The extra large is 100,000 and it's 560,000. So yeah, you got a various plethora of different size haylofts, and it looks nice. At the end of the day, it's simple little quick designs, in and out silos for your hay and whatnot. But I think it's nice. All in all, for 15 megabytes, I could see installing this.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, if you like using Haylofts, there you go. The I definitely want to say there is some detail in it. I mean, you definitely got some like moss or rust growing on the roof, which looks good. We definitely have some weathering, like the fact you can't go inside of it, of course. I know that. I mean, it would be a pass for me. I don't really use Haylofts that often. And it's easy because all 4 of them are 7 slots, so not too bad.
Awesome, awesome. Next one, before we get going into this one, though, I want to give a big shout out to Maria. Maria is one of my followers there, has been following me pretty diligently on the Matapipa series that I've been producing, and she is a huge, huge fan of coffee, specifically the maps from FS22, where coffee was a part of the production chains. Now that we have this one here, it immediately made me think of her, and I reached out to her to let her know, hey, check out the coffee production, because now you can have it on any map here for Farming Simulator 25. So we have the coffee production by BDBSSB and Dogface, 23.47 megabytes to install, and we get a couple of different items in this one. So first off, we get a greenhouse, is where you can put in water and liquid fertilizer, and you get out your raw coffee beans. You buy that for $10,000. Then you get your roaster production point, where you put in your raw coffee beans and you get out your roasted coffee beans. For $80,000, you purchase that production point. And then lastly, you get your sell point, and that is your coffee shop, where you take your roasted coffee beans. You can also take things like butter, cheese, sugar, eggs, cake, honey, milk, chocolate, grapefruit, which grapefruit, I'm not quite sure about that one. And that can be purchased for $55,000. So overall, you basically have this self-contained production point, including the sell point, and it's nice. I like this a lot. And for 24 megabytes, it's a bit high, but you get this cool little output for your various productions. And again, coffee, I mean, should be a staple here in Farming Simulator, in my opinion, but it is what it is.
I agree. 100%. I love this. This was actually an FS22, and I absolutely loved it. I used it a lot. Coffee sells for a ridiculous amount of money. I think it's like $6,000 or something like that for your roasted, which is absolutely nuts. So yeah,
Sounds like real life.
right. So for your greenhouses, they're both 12 slots. So you got 2 greenhouses, so that's not bad. 12 slots. For your roaster, you got so there's actually 2 of them. Both of them are 32 slots. And then you do have I think there's a dryer as well, which is 12 slots, and then 17 slots for the sell point. So there's a decent amount that comes in this pack, and I think that the 23 megabytes is worth it all the way around. Love it.
100%. Let's see. Next one we have is the Country Bakery. This one is by Alexander Tarasenko. I love that name. 6.34 megabytes to install, and we have a price point of $70,000. So we have, for our beginning portion here, our inputs for flour, wheat, butter, eggs, and water, and you get out bread. It's not just flour anymore there, boys and girls. We got to put in a bunch of other things. Next one is input of rice flour, butter, eggs, and water, and you get bread. Next one, you get flour, sugar, milk, eggs, butter, strawberries, honey, and water, and you get cake, or you get rice flour, sugar, milk, eggs, butter, strawberries, honey, and water, and you get cake. The cake is not a lie in this case. But We do get a bakery that is a more representative of a real recipe, not just, hey, here's flour, bake
Yeah.
it in the bread. Overall, I like it. 7 megabytes to install, and you get a more realistic bread recipe. It was essentially what this boils down to: is a more realistic bread and cake recipe. I like it. I think this is nice, nice details. Got the nice Meridian bins on the side for storage. Um, all in all, yeah, I think it's worth a download. What do you think there, Will?
I mean, it looks good. It is detailed, which is nice. I mean, I personally wouldn't install this, but someone else might love this. I mean, if you like this and you think it would fit good on your map, well, it's here. I personally just wouldn't. I don't really make bread or cakes that often, but if I do, then, well, I have a mod installed from Biggins. Well, that allows me to. But this is also 28 slots. But,
Yeah.
I mean, you can see where the slot count's going, though, with it.
So one thing I will say is kind of a word of warning. So as I mentioned before, the first recipe that you see here, our inputs are flour, wheat, butter, eggs, and water, and you get bread. The word of warning is because there's so many more inputs compared to the output that you're getting, if there's no addressing of the price differences between all these individual components and